What is good, everyone? I think I lagged out for a second there, but hi. Uh, yeah, boy Higurashi. Admittedly, last week's chapter or the part that we played last week was somewhat not that great. Like, it was mostly the baseball game, and that was yeah. Let's just say uh we've seen some weird shit, and I'm ready for the actual Higurashi stuff to begin. You know, murder and stuff. Kiriko, what are you doing? You okay? Right. Can't wait for me more baseball. Uh, ain't that true? I wait. What was the baseball game? Is that the second half of the stream? Yeah, yeah. They just give me a second. I think I gotta give Kiriko some attention. Hello. Yes. How are you doing? Why are you screaming like that? Okay. Yeah, only just watch till past the weird Nini stuff. I mean, if you want to watch today, I can tell you what happened real quick. That would also serve. What are you doing? That would also serve as a sort of uh catch up mechanic for people that might not have bothered to watch it. Okay, so essentially, Keiichi got a call during his dad's meeting where he had business partners over and he wanted to escape. So Sadako called him saying they have an emergency and he's got to come over and bring a baseball bat. And Keiichi was an idiot, so he thought that they were having a fight or something, so he's supposed to bring a weapon, and they don't have a baseball bat at home, so he brought his dad's golf club. And then he rode with the bike in to where he was supposed to go, and he found out they were having an actual baseball match, and he came up with the golf club, and everybody laughed at him, and there were sports reporters and everything, because the opponent team had a professional baseball player from the youth league, and they were getting slammed. So in good old Higurashi club activity fashion, they didn't win the game by being good at baseball, but they won by Keiichi luring the opponent's professional player into the public bathroom and making him admit to his fetish of eating sweets and imagining he's eating girls and licking all over them and shit like that, and I had to voice that, and that wasn't the proudest hour of my life, to be completely honest. So, and apparently they are now kindred spirits because the dude even got his own sprite, and he looks like a fucking dweeb. Oh, I know. Let's replay the chapter for Dinkler since that chapter was just so good. True. No, seriously, like, it was funny. It was very long-winded. It could have been condensed into like half of what was the actual text, but I thought the thing itself was entertaining, even if I didn't feel good reading it. But there wasn't anything plot relevant other than them introducing that new side character and introducing the coach of the Hinamizawan baseball team, who also has his own sprite. So I'm thinking, and they took some time to explain who he is and stuff. So I'm thinking that he's probably gonna be important. Just got the weird groomer half. Yeah, that was also great. All right, so that's it. That's where we stopped at, because honestly, it was We were 3 hours in, and after that, I was exhausted as shit. I couldn't bear it anymore. I had to stop. So that's where we're gonna continue. The end of chapter 3. Best part was his dad being an arrogant mangaka. Oh my god, that I want to see it. Seriously, I said that before, and I say it for that part again. We need to watch the anime at some point because I hope they animate that shit. I want to see it, or at least read the manga. That would also be cool. Because I heard the manga is actually really good and solves a lot of the pacing issues and stuff that the games have, while not skipping over things like the anime does. So yeah, that's it. Let's go. Hey Dink, hey Jay. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for being here. I want to see it too. Yes, sure. I know you want that. Kiriko, please stop eating your own. You know these cat trees you can get, like where they can sleep and scratch and stuff like that? These big ass things. I got one of those, and she's eating the fabric. And now she's eating her own tail. Do not hurt yourself, okay? Thank you. I'm glad I can finally watch live since I've waited for weeks. Thank you for catching up like that, man. You really put in some time. All right, let's go. Our newest, or almost newest, not newest anymore, Discord member Shion Mion told me that we're probably gonna get to the good part of this chapter today. So I'm actually looking forward to more. Like, this is hopefully gonna be good. All right then, I'm off. Look out for cars. Be back before dinner time. Today was the day of the barbecue party. That was the Hinamizawa Fighters victory celebration. Hinamizawa Fighters is, by the way, the name of the baseball club thing. Surely we get to listen to the banger I showed on the server? I hope so. Of course, I, having prepared myself, skipped breakfast in order to stay hungry. Actually, based decision. Though with all the club members coming, it was pretty possible there would be a contest based on how fast or how much you could eat. Oh no, not more. Did that skip for you as well? That was creepy as fuck. She was there while the background was still black. Rena was already at our usual meeting place. Mion arrived a few minutes later. I'm creeped out by Mion now. Like, chapter 2 gives me Mion PTSD. I don't know, like, I can't see her in this game without thinking she's gonna murder us in a second. Great, let's get going. This old man skipped breakfast and is starving to death. I expected nothing less. I too went without breakfast and am now in top physical condition. Wow, you two, skipping breakfast is bad for your health, that's true. Rena made sure to eat something. Yeah, you're great, Rena. Breakfast is an important part of the day. I'm sure you'll surpass that underdeveloped Mion. Get yourself a nice, sexy body and be all over the dirty magazines. What the fuck? How? How? The dirty magazines. If I get a nice body, then maybe a prince on a white horse will come for Rena too. For Rena too. I mean, let's be real. She's like, what, 16? She's got a pretty decent body already. Rokechi needs to learn a filter. The thing is, like, you don't get that because you weren't a teen like 15 years ago. But that's how guys talk, right? That whole filter shit just became a thing in your generation. You're the problem, not us. Like, nobody minded if you talked like that. Nobody thought that was sexual harassment. It was just fun. Definitely not happening. If you won't take responsibility for them, Kei-chan, then don't give Rena any silly ideas. She might start eating breakfast 3 times a day starting tomorrow. Yeah, I could see Rena doing that. Wait, who did this gluttonous princess think was going to come for her? Well, anyway, we're all nice and hungry. Let's go and treat ourselves at the big barbecue party. I think it's not going to be that big. Yay! Alright, let's go. And leave Sadako behind. The venue for said barbecue was to be the Purade Shrine grounds where Rika-chan lived. They held events and festivals there, and barbecues too. It was the place that held all sorts of ceremonies in Hinamizawa. Come to think of it, there was supposed to be a big village festival coming up, wasn't there? Watanagashi or something. Yeah, can that be fast? Like, can that come quicker? I mean, look, I talk that way sometimes with guys, but towards women usually, and no, I'd be too embarrassed. I mean, as long as it's obviously a joke, I don't think it's a problem, right? If you mean it, or look like you mean it, then that might, yeah. But if you put it as an obvious joke and just fucking around, then I think it's okay. The scenery you could see from that high up was fairly superb, and the calm atmosphere particular to shrines was something fairly difficult to find in the city. We left our bicycles at the bottom of the shrine steps and broke into a mad dash up the stairs. That's dangerous. When we arrived on the shrine grounds, the Hinamizawa fighters and their fathers had already gathered and had begun setting up the barbecue early. Of course, Sadako and Rika-chan were there as well. God damn it. When they noticed our arrival, they waved to us.
Oh, so you managed to not to forget about this. Curses! If you all hadn't come, there would have been much more meat for me. How truly disappointing it is.
You underestimate us, Sadako. Now that we've arrived, you don't think you'll be able to have even one bite of that fabulously marbled beef, do you? Remember, when we ate our bento here, you and I have a fatal difference in reach. I'll be overwhelming you once again.
What? I cannot allow that to happen by any means.
Try and shout all you want. You'll just be watching us fill our mouths with beef. Don't worry, though. We'll give the peppers and onions to you. Dude, peppers and onions are great. Also, this music is new and kind of cozy. Yeah, true, actually. We haven't heard that. It's also somewhat unsettling. I don't know why.
I'll give Sadako lots and lots of the grilled squash too.
What the fuck is squash? When Sadako heard the word squash, her complexion changed color. When she took my overwhelming reach into account, she knew it wasn't just a threat. It could actually happen. I'll go tell the coach. I'll tell him you'll really love squash. Think it's perfectly calming? I don't know. Just my feeling. If it's for you, I bet he'll get the whole mountain of specialty squash from all over Japan. Wow, good for you, Sadako. You can have your pick of the squash. You can have squash from dawn till dusk, 3 meals a day. Can somebody please explain to me what the fuck squash is? I really don't know. What are they talking about? Is this something disgusting? Because she's going,
ah, Rena, everyone's bullying me.
Sadako tried to leap into Rena's chest. Faced Sadako. Oh no, clearly, given any second, Rena's Mac punches would have us piled on the ground. So just before Sadako hit Rena, I grabbed her by the nape of the neck and pulled her back. A superb reaction with only seconds of foresight, at least it was supposed to be. But for Rena, when I caught the leaping, crying Sadako, it looked like I was keeping her to myself. Bam.
How? No, Cage-kun. This is Rena's, okay? I'm taking her home. Wow, Rena's dying. Beat up Mion-san and Rika like that too.
Whoa, hold on there. Yeah. Bam.
Okay, now where could Rika be? There she is. Rena-san, over here. Just wait, Sadako-chan. I'll take care of her right away. Then I'm bringing you straight home. Sadako, you're mean. Oh, Rika-chan's so cute, too. How? I'm gonna take her home. Oh, Rika, it serves you right.
Sadako laughed in a shrill voice at Rika-chan and ran us unproductive game of tag while we watched him sprawled out on the ground. Look, this is the dude. This is the guy I was talking about, the coach. What kind of voice did I give him? Oh, are you alright, Maribara-san? Sonozaki-san? The coach came over and lent us a hand. Yeah, this is just how we communicate, that's all. Don't mind us. Oh, is this the baseball coach? Yeah. If the way we communicate ends up leaving bruises on my face, then I don't want any more to do with it. You never learn, do you? Laughed the coach loudly. It made us start to laugh too. Sadako's laughter, Rika-chan's yelling, and Rena's strange voice were kind of comfortable to hear. I can't imagine that. Where's the kid with the licking fetish? He was on the opposite team. I don't think he's showing up again. Like, this is the party for the winners, not for the losers. The adults here knew what they were doing, so the barbecue was ready in short order. As the salad oil dripped down onto the plate with a hiss, there was a loud cheer. When the coach brought over a big plate with all the meat on it, we all cheered again.
Wow, this meat looks amazing. Coach, you really did splurge on it.
I did make a promise. Can't you tell how much all of this weighs? It really did cost me a lot.
Of course it did. Third-rate meat wouldn't be enough of a reward for everything I did yesterday. Yeah, Sadako-chan's definitely the guest of honor today.
Yeah, Sadako was the one who hit that last home run after all. She might have caught the guy off guard, but the arc it flew was long and true.
Sadako is pretty athletic.
Not bad at all. She could be one of the best of our generation. She doesn't fall behind in physical ability, even compared to me.
Maybe Sadako-chan has a big future in the world of sports. What? Stop singing my praises. You're making me blush.
Munch, munch. Kiriko, what are you doing? You bored? You okay? You want to go outside? Give me a second. There we are. If only Shmion was here right now. Why? Sadako, for whom the excessive praise made her not notice the moderately grilled meat being stolen one after the other, was just far too cute. Can you stop that, please, Keiji? Hello? Hi there, Cowstube. Oh no, the dweebs.
Maebara-san, this is heavy.
Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun were carrying something over to us. It was a huge barbecue plate. Whoa, the barbecue's protagonist has arrived. The plate was chock full of skewers with vegetables and meat on them. The grilled, burning hot meat juices made a shh noise as they drizzled off. Gulp. You need a lot of heat for cooking something on a metal skewer, so they had grilled the whole plate at once. Yep. Can't have a barbecue without some of these. You can say that again. I'll help out, so let's get it over there. Up we go.
Wow, look, it's amazing.
Everyone greeted us with a cheer. Each person received a skewer with vegetables and big pieces of meat on it. Wait, one skewer? They also received paper cups filled to the brim with juice. In my right hand were pounds of piping hot barbecue. In left was a cup of juice that I could chug down. If this didn't make you want to dance, you weren't a man. I can't hold back any longer. I'm gobbling it down. Okay, gobble, gobble. He actually gobbles. Custom, I feel like you should lose gambling for once. Like, ever, you know? Have you ever lost? Not just yet, Kai-chan. We've got a little ceremony first. Can I have your attention, everyone? The coach, with a cup of beer in his hand, mounted the nearby beer cooler. This was supposed to be a victory celebration after all. We needed an opening statement. Damn, I hope it ends soon. For every second this goes on for, a little more of the food's freshness goes away. Ugh! Sadako stomped down onto the back of my foot. By the way, is YouTube working properly again? I think so. I don't know, honestly. On Wednesday it did, right? So, probably?
My word! Menu Ranger's so greedy. Can you not wait a little more elegantly?
Is there anything I'm thinking really showing on my face? Okay, is everyone listening? We won a huge game yesterday. It had become a hard battle after that amazing pitcher came in, but thanks to equally reliable saviors on our side, we scored a beautiful turnaround victory. Clap, clap, clap. Both my hands were full, so the adults and older brothers gave us a round of applause. Finally, I can talk on YouTube again. You really don't like Twitch, do you? This is to celebrate that victory. Oh, this is to celebrate that victory. As promised, I got a ton of delicious meat for everyone. Eat as much as you want and use that energy for our next game. Everybody's suddenly back to YouTube. Then, after a few words of thanks to the fathers and brothers who helped with the barbecue, he led us in a toast. Cheers. They say that when toasting, you would normally down the contents of your cup. That's true. Okay, so I have like 22k souls now. That's still. That's a lot. When we were young. At the toast, all of us immediately began to dig into our skewers. After that, it got really lively, with everyone congratulating one another for things they did during the game, like how somebody made a great catch, or how awesome someone looked when stealing a base. Of course, they congratulated me too, the savior who appeared to fight against the Koshian pitcher. Well, even what I did was all thanks to Sadako. Sadako did have a plan, but you're the only one who could have won over Kameda like you did, Kai-chan. You did more than enough to deserve praise. Just don't tell them what you actually did. By the way, Cage-kun, you went to eat cake with Kameda-kun after that, didn't you? You looked like you were best friends. The seeds of friendship sprouting between male rivals. Something like that? That's sort of, well, it's... Ow. She is a fucking porn dog. She just imagined gay shit, right? Like, am I off? I'm not off. She did, right? Yeah. Rena, good for you. I violently brushed through Rena's hair as she turned red in the face for some reason at the mention of a friendship between males, dispersing her pleasant-seeming ideas. Now then, where's the hero, or rather, the heroine? How is that word even pronounced in English? Heroine? It's not heroin, right? Like the drug. The funny thing is that Keiichi will probably have even worse skeletons in his closet. Rena is a Fujoshi. Hero-in. No way. It's not hero-in. That sounds so dumb. I gotta look this up. Heroine. I'm gonna look this up.
Heroin.
Heroin. So like the drug. Shit. Okay. Got it. Oh, there she is. Yeah, so like the drug. Yeah, I said that before. I think we both talked, like, yeah. Yeah, okay. Sadako was with Rika-chan in the middle of bragging her heart about the home run yesterday, and her teammates spared no compliment for her, since even though he was going easy on her, the fact that she hit a throw from a Koshian pitcher was something else. Sadako was more loquacious than usual. It seemed she was in a great mood. She was flying so high that I thought for a moment about getting a word in to tease her. She was the leading actress today, so I decided not to bully her at all. As I watched Sadako going at things as lively as usual under the sun, it struck me that it didn't quite line up with the pleasant time I'd spent with her. But both of those were the real Sadako. I didn't care which it was, her smiling happily or making a big lively fuss like this. Loquacious literally just means talkative. He just wants to sound smart. Yeah, that's a teenager for you. Just as long as she would keep smiling like this forever. She looks like she's having fun. Quite a lot of it. The coach had approached me from behind before I realized it. As he gazed at Sadako from afar, like I had been doing, he addressed me. So I could tell he was talking about her. Doesn't it just cleanse your soul to see Sadako-chan smiling? Is he also... Oh god. That's why he has a sprite. He smiled, refreshed, searching for confirmation. Is bro really doing the as long as she smiles shit again? He is. That's the whole theme of the game, right? I felt a little embarrassed to admit it, so against my better judgment, I played it off. Really? I don't think her smile could cleanse so much as a plate. I'm sure Sadako-chan would be mad if she heard that. But that part of her is very cute too. Get the fuck off, you pedophile. Leaving her cuteness aside, I could understand him thinking Sadako getting angry for being teased would be funny. Mr. Iria, was it? It's Irie. Everyone calls me Coach, though. I'd be very happy if you called me Coach as well, Maribar-san. As he said that, Coach Irie smiled, blushing a little. Right, I forgot he was gay. Two older males looking at a little girl and going, man, that little girl just leaves me refreshed. And they're literally standing next to each other and talking about it too. Like, damn, you see that? Oh yeah, she's so cute, man. Oh god, I want to protect that smile. Coach, you seem to like Sadako a lot. I didn't have any real basis for saying that. It was just what I felt to be true. Yes, I do like her. I love her, in fact, when she gets older, I'm thinking of asking her to marry me. Fucking get off of it, bro. What? This guy really says some insane stuff, doesn't he? This dude is unhinged as shit. He literally just said, yo, go. Look at that, man. I'm grooming. Oh my god. Yeah, you can't have her, bro. I already had my eyes on her when she was 3. After being astonished by this, I hurried to put my mind back in order. I'd heard that this coach guy was the kind of person who said crazy things out of nowhere. Yeah. According to Mion, if I took everything he said seriously, I physically wouldn't be able to take it. If I was able to ignore that part of him, he seemed like he'd be a really funny guy. Huh? Maribar-san, did that surprise you? Could be. You're going after Sadako-chan yourself. Are you my rival? That would bother me then. I've been going after her for decades now, you know. How? Bro, what does decades even mean? She's like 9, isn't she? Is she even 10? Coach, Sadako hasn't even been alive for much more than a decade. Okay, so she's like 11 or something. Coach gave a dry grin and laughed. He groomed her before she was even born. He was like, damn, I can't have the mother. I'm gonna go for the fucking daughter when she has one. This guy is the ultimate groomer. He was prepared, bro. Coach gave a dry grin and laugh. Was this how I should be doing it? I must somehow master the art of responding to this coach guy. This guy is super good. I love him. After that, I received many words of praise for my actions, almost too many. As that conversation was happening, leaving aside the controversial statements this coach person would spout suddenly, I learned he was very composed and not a bad guy by any stretch. He just likes kids. Redeem hello? Hello.
Hello.
What's good, man? How are you doing? I think Sadako deserves more praise for that crazy home run she got. I honestly didn't think she had it in her. Sadako-chan's older brother was more the quiet bookworm type. She probably inherited the exact opposite skill set. Her brother? Right, he meant Sadashi. The one who left Sadako and ran away from home. Sadako's Nini. Sadashi Hojo. Dude, he talks about him like he wants to snatch him. Like, he's got the knife ready. She dead yet? Nope. Hello, Joe. Do you not know about him? Sadako-chan's older brother, I mean. His name's Sadashi Hojo-kun, and he played with the Hinamizawa Fighters, too. I wanted him to play a lot more, but then he transferred. Oh, I see. So he transferred. Yeah, maybe that was a little more considerate than saying he ran away. Now that he mentioned it, I think it was Rena. I think she said Sadashi transferred too. I didn't know the details of him having run away from home at the time, so I didn't pay much attention to it, but only her brother transferred? That's sort of unusual. Everyone having fun was far away, and their cheerful voices distant. Why did the music cut out? The chorus of the cicadas separated us from them, giving me a sense of distance. At first, I thought my own voice was too soft for even me to hear. Just got done playing Void Crew and saw the stream. What's Void Crew? But for a really long time, Coach didn't respond to my words, so at this point I began to wonder if I had said something I shouldn't have. Just when I began to feel impatient, Coach finally spoke. Something unfortunate happened. Few things, actually. After informing me that what he was about to say was a secret, Coach began to talk a little at a time. Oh my god, Joe won something? Jesus Christ. It's been 3 years already. Right around this time of year, I think. Sadako-chan's parents were in an accident. An accident? Yes. At a public park they visited while on a vacation, they fell from a viewing platform. Yeah, they fell. Right? It was supposed to be to just be a little time away from the house with the family. They went for a walk on a path. Wait, they were going with the whole family? YouTube finally not having 3 years of delay? Yeah, it fixed itself. I didn't do anything. Like, I spent like 5 to 7 hours in total trying to fix this shit. And then it just starts working again by itself. Hey, yo, welcome back to Hinamizawa. Hey, what's good, Ruben? How are you doing? They went for a walk on a path through the nature park after it rained. There was a little viewing platform that looked like it had a good... Oh, wait, did the platform break away? Because it rained and they lost footing or something? Sci-fi battle sim where you and a crew of 3 others have to work in unison. Oh, wait, I think I heard about that. Didn't Oscillo play that a few months ago on stream? I think I watched that. That was the stage on which the tragedy was set. The metal fixtures in the viewing platform fence had deteriorated, fucking word, from time. And with all the rain they had just gotten, they might have loosened somewhat. Right before Sadako's eyes, both the fence and her parents fell. Shit. There was a river some tens of meters below. The water level was high due to the rain, and apparently very muddy. And her parents? Coach gave a thin but melancholic smile and touched his paper cup to his lips. Without saying anything, I knew how unfortunate that accident was and how Sadako's parents had left on an eternal vacation. And well, what about you? I'm good, man. Thank you. Hello, father. Have you played me yet? No, son. I have not. But for some weird reason, you keep showing up in my dreams. But I'm only gonna play with you when I also find your little sister. She's not out yet. Bro has literally been grooming Sadako before she even existed. True. Then Sadako is... Well, I was so focused on being careful with my words that I lost what I was going to say. A single word. Orphaned. I knew how little consideration it showed and how much it would hurt Sadako without having to say it out loud. You will pay? Pay for what, bro? Didn't do shit. Come to think of it, Sadako lived with Rika-chan. At least, that's what I thought I heard from the others. Wait, Rika-chan, her father died from illness too, and her mother soon after. I felt like I heard she was living by herself. Yes, she's living with Furude-san right now. They've probably lived many discouraging days without any parents. They've gotten along by helping each other. Going on living without the protection of parents is very difficult for kids that age, I think. My bar-san, you can probably understand that as well. I've only survived because I rely on my parents. So the only reply I could give was to nod. Furude-san is particularly beloved by the older people in the village. As long as she's here, she won't want for much. Come to think of it, you were right. Rika-chan kind of seems like the village mascot sometimes. I don't think she'd have a hard time living here. Rika-chan could go meep just once and get 2 or 3 crockets from a vendor after all. I felt like if she asked for help, everyone in the village would. That only applies to Furude-san in particular. Sadako-chan doesn't have it the same way. Rika being so spoiled was just an exception. Upon thinking about it normally, living on your own as a child should be fraught with difficulty. It wasn't then very difficult to imagine how much suffering Sadako had to go through just to live. Do you like moon crickets? What's a moon cricket? What is that? It wasn't very difficult to imagine. Was I really thinking that? No, I was only thinking the words. I couldn't imagine it in the slightest. How was I supposed to imagine it when I saw it, that annoying smile of hers? There was no way I could. I found out she was living apart from her brother, and I just kind of vaguely thought that it was rather unfortunate. I mean, Sadako was smiling so energetically every single day. Was I thinking that her smiling meant she wasn't hurt? That she didn't feel lonely? When she found out my parents were coming home the other night, Sadako said, "A family sitting around the dinner table is the most fun way to enjoy a meal of all." Yeah, like you only know what you've got when you lose it, right? Those words held a lot more weight now. I seriously considered adopting her. Huh? Adoption? It's a secret. After warning me, Coach put his index finger to his lips. I've lived a really steady life all these years. I have money and a good reputation. But marriage is the one thing I never got around to. By law, obviously a single individual can't adopt a child. So I can't make Sadako-chan my adopted daughter. It's probably better that way. Let's be real. Lock him up. This guy wants to, like, don't let him have her. What a shame. Didn't take long for my plan to get her to call me Papa to hit the setback. He wants her to call him Papa. Oh shit. Come to Daddy. Oh god. This guy spouts some crazy stuff. At first, I was only half listening, but midway through, I realized how rude that was. This coach person seriously only wished for this one girl, Sadako, to be happy. That was neither crazy nor was it nonsense. He just wanted her to be happy. No, he wants his dick to be happy, let's be real. I'm not the only one that thinks that, right? Like, he wouldn't be like a father figure for her. He wants that Sadokusi. And Twitter is watching. True. Those were his true feelings. I don't think so. Sadako-chan's current lifestyle is probably not a very happy one. But you know, I want to make it easier for her, even if it's only a little. How about you buy her a house instead of trying to adopt her? I feel like that's the vibe Ryukishi is trying to make you feel. Fair point. Yeah, if he adopts her, that's a new card game. It's just waiting to happen. Where's Phoenix right when we need him? Of course, I can't do much for her, but share my leftover food and do errands that she's not strong enough to do. You can do a lot more, let's be real. You're wrong. Sadako's happy. Oh. Coach showed surprise at me having declared that. There were so many people all around her that really want her to be happy. She can't possibly feel otherwise. I feel like I get the direction this is going in. Like, the big twist of the game is going to be that Sadako is actually depressed as shit. And you just don't see it because she doesn't show it to the outer world, right? It's just at home. When she's at home alone, she's super depressed. And Keiichi happens to see that. And then he goes on a rampage because he wants to protect that smile. Also, Noji, never say that again. Say what? Can you say moon cricket 5 times as fast as you can and don't question why? Should I do that? What do you guys think? The Sadako focused arc after all? I know, I'm regretting installing this. I spoke with a serious expression, quietly but firmly all the same. It was my approval of his feelings and my gratitude as Sadako's Nini. You are not her fucking brother. You spent like 3 days with her where you didn't talk shit to each other. And now you believe you're like the closest person to her and get to decide who gets to share in her happiness and shit. What the fuck? Like, this dude is so conceited. Promise that you won't regret it. Okay. Moon cricket, moon cricket, moon cricket, moon cricket, moon cricket, moon cricket. That was 5 times right. Thank you. Still, keep this a secret from Sadako-chan, okay? If she knew I wanted to adopt her, she'd probably get mad and call me a pervert for wanting me to call her Papa. That's, yeah. I think Rika deserves the position of the closest person to Sadako, let's be honest. Yeah, like, she's sharing her house. They're basically sharing their lives with each other, right? They're best friends. And just because Keiichi spends like 2 days with Sadako in a more non-club activity way, it doesn't mean that he's suddenly the dude that gets to decide what's good or bad for her. Why does quote 151 exist now? Do we really have to do that? The only thing I would call this is the most cursed chapter. Honestly, a big flaw of Keiichi. Self-importance sometimes is frustrating. True. I wonder. Sadako may have been somewhat childish, but she was still able to empathize with people. She'd call him that. I knew it. As if my feelings had gotten across, Coach grinned, satisfied, and returned his gaze to the hustle and bustle before us. Her parents and her older brother. She lost her family, had no relatives, and was huddled up with Rika-chan, who was in the same situation. Sadako Hojo, the poorest bitch on the planet. It wouldn't be odd for her to look at her life with despair. She didn't seem to feel that way. She lived energetically with a smile. He's a kid after all. Yeah, but he's like, what, 16? Like, he should have some self-reflection skills at this point. The absolute gall of you saying that has to be recorded. I've got to... Look. If I spend like 1.5 hours a day playing gacha games, I've got to embrace the gacha memes, right? I wanted to keep smiling. I wanted to keep smiling forever. It was a naive wish, and yet it was one that he couldn't help hoping for. So the words that I spoke were the same. What a coincidence. I think the same way. Oh, you too, my Baraka. And that makes us friends. Let's make a promise. A promise? It's a very simple one, the coach said. The coach said this, giving me a grin. That we will never, ever make her cry. It was short and to the point. Yeah, I promise to. Coach nodded happily. We exchanged no more words after that. We just sat there comfortably, gazing at Sadako and everyone else having a good time. Okay, the talk is over. We just look now. Keiichi is a dumbass and he should certainly know better than this. Always gotten the impression Keiichi, Rena, and Mion were 14, 15. No. Look, they specifically said that Mion is in her last year of high school, which means that from Japanese standards, she's 17 or 18. And Rena and Keiichi are 1 year below that, which means that they are 16 or 17. Considering they didn't skip any grades or took breaks or whatever, you know? Like going from the normal school stuff. We don't really know how old Rena and Sadako and Rika are. Like they said she lived for a bit more than a decade, so she's probably like 11 or something. She certainly lost family, but there were people watching over her. How reassuring must that have been? Just hypothetically, if you did adopt Sadako, what would you do? Huh, that's a tough one. Coach gave a wry, happy smile, then exaggeratedly tilted his head in contemplation. Whatever you do, don't look up the meaning of moon cricket and what you just said. Okay. What the fuck is going on, bro? Is that a Hollow Knight spoiler or something? Well, first I would get her to call me master and make her into a lovely, kind-hearted maid. Oh, don't tell me. Was Mion looking all the time? Was she listening in on them? Oh, this is gonna be good. What? How does this guy always pick the craziest time to say the craziest things? My Barakun. I will. I haven't said anything yet. What are you talking about? I heard it loud and clear. Oh, it's Shion. Oh, that's right. I clearly said I would make Sadako into my own personal pretty maid. Best girl's back, Rose. She's finally back. Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Okay, chapter is saved. The chapter is fucking saved. Woo! Oh, no, Joe is excited. We all are. We all are. Ah, that sounds nice. Sadako-chan, oh, pretty. Oh, pretty and purity are really hard to differentiate, aren't they? Be careful with mixing refined Japanese words and English together. I get it. Honestly, the intricacies of the language know no bounds. How does he even know her? Like, Joe just made you say a racial slur 5 times in a row. I searched it up for you. Moon cricket. Huh? I've never heard of that. Okay, if somebody felt insulted by that, I got trolled and I'm sorry. Like, the fuck? Me neither? Well, it can't be that bad then. That's right. Kei-chan, you do understand. Then, with that, it's time for... My hand shot out and grabbed Shion, smiling, waving and about to leave by the nape of her neck. Hey, wait right there. Don't just show up out of nowhere and start saying crazy stuff. Cancel streamer? I would appreciate not doing that. Must be an old word because I've never heard that. Neither have I, bro. Speaking of saying crazy stuff, I thought the Sadako love talk you were having with the coach was pretty crazy too. I can perform a reenactment of the adoption bit. Want to see? You've been hiding ever since then, I told you. God, I love her face. Kei-chan, you can't even beat my sister. You're 100 years too early to challenge me. This was Shion Sonozaki, the younger of the Sonozaki twins. Though she had a scrap of the reserved quality you'd expect from a little sister. She was a villain, no better than her older sister Mion. No, she's certainly better than her older sister Mion in voluptuous ways. We met the other day in town, and I dug myself into a hole when I mistook her for Mion. Unlike Mion, Shion said she was living in Okinomiya, so I thought we'd never see each other again. To think we actually would. She a villain in bed, though. Something to do with slaves? Something back in the day or something? Okay. Well, fuck. Seriously, who even cares? Unlike Mion, Shion... Oh, no, that's already got that. My frankly displeased expression didn't change a bit either. This must be what people mean when they say something is like water off a duck's back. Never heard that before. Shion-san, you came! I was disappointed because I thought you wouldn't make it. Why is she even invited, though? Well, I couldn't think of anything else to do, really. I figured I'd come and tease you a little. Coach, why did you need to call Shion to a victory celebration? How did she contribute to her team's win? Well, you see, I'm actually the manager of the Hinamizawa Fighters. The manager? No way, then why weren't you at the game yesterday? Oh, she can manage me. Because he finds her hot, right? Yeah. She's too old for him, never mind. That's because I'm like a ghost manager. Okay, I need to hear that. I need to hear tehe from the voice actress. Come on, man. I need that. I'm sorry, but we need that. She can manage all of us no matter what. So. マネージャーはマネージャーでも幽霊マネージャーですから。てへ。She seemed to think I'd forgive her if she stuck out her tongue out. She stuck her tongue out and smiled. True. Simp Noji. What can I say, man? I'm a sucker for pretty women. Bro, fucking pray to God over that. She wasn't sorry at all. Of course she's not. She is my favorite type of anime trope. She's the pretty, smart, and super what's the word? Manipulative girl. But she's not like she's not bad, right? She just does it for fun. She doesn't want I don't think she's not bitchy. I don't think she wants to hurt anybody. She's just playing around, right? I love her. She's awesome. The match was nearly as pretty without you there. Aren't you a flirter? I won't tell you to come to practices, but couldn't you at least come to matches to root for us like you used to? If she was cheerleading, we need to watch the anime. If they show that, oh my god. So she's a prankster, yeah, but a pretty one. She's not a kid prankster like Sadako.
I'll think about it. Maybe I will if Kei-chan joins the Hinamizawa Fighters. I can't get into a cheering mood when there's no good-looking guy on the team.
Okay. Look. I shouldn't say that. Like, you know, but I just gotta be real. If a girl like that existed in real life, she would fucking play me like a fiddle. I could not resist. Bro is really looking forward to that cheerleader scene, huh? We all are. Put a Nochi on that team, she'd never come to practice. Huh? Did Shion just smoothly say something absurd? Shion! You little... Where did you come from? Suddenly Mion came running over, latched onto my shoulders, and pulled me towards her.
Ah, it's Mi-chan's little sister. Hello, Shi-chan. Hello, Rena-san. I'm honored you remembered my name. We only met once. Oh, not at all. Thanks for remembering Rena's name, too.
Cut the stupid greetings. You're not allowed to solicit Kei-chan. Oh, you totally are.
He's the hope of our club.
Don't pull him out and put him in baseball like he's some kind of plant. Mion gave a low growl as she grappled my arm. She looked like a little girl desperately clinging to her toy.
Yep, Kei-chan is the star rookie of our club. We could never trade him away.
Rena's smile hid a nonchalant bloodthirst. She was blocking Shion's way, ready to unleash an ultimate attack if she got within 2 meters of me. Oh my god, man. Bro, look, this is a 3-way fight over Keiichi. And they're smiling like they're playing, but I think Rena is ferocious. I felt like this was gonna turn into a bloody battle.
That's too bad. We'll leave the negotiations for another time.
You don't have the right to negotiate.
Coach, why did you call Shion here too? She's a ghost member. She's been slacking off for the last year.
I just thought it would be even more fun if Shion-chan was here. Yep, it definitely worked. Yeah, for you, maybe. Pretty useful for a baseball team. He does have the power of blackmail. True, but only in the professional team. That was what we planned for all along. Mission accomplished.
Hey, Kei-chan, come over here. We're all playing a game. With strings attached, of course.
Okay, I'm in.
Shi-chan, how about you? The rules are simple and it'll be fun. Should I? I'll just win if I join in, after all. I don't want to ruin my sister's presidential image.
Mion, now irritated, turned around with a glare.
What is it, my sister? Should I join in to make this a battle of siblings? For your sake, I don't think we should. But if you want to...
I won't let you play, Shion. We're leaving you out. Blah. Whoa, Mion just avoided a direct confrontation. It seemed like the twins were completely incompatible with each other.
You won't let her play? I was looking forward to seeing you two face off.
I hate Shion. I'm bad against her. She's talking like that's some fighting game meta An angry Neon dragged me away. Slide. Yet the second game fucking proved that with the torture dungeon. True.
Do your best. I'll be rooting for you. Go for it, Kei-chan. Yay!
Shion waved her hand at us, reveling in the bliss of teasing Neon. Oh. Oh no. Uh-oh. We all know what that music means, don't we? You can play a prank on me. Ruben. I gotcha. Here we go. It's club activity time. I gotta stand up for that shit. I've been sitting for way too long. Anyways, let's rise. Okay. Oh, the best music. It would be if it didn't play for like 45 minutes on loop. The fuck? Wait. Did I just accidentally turn on? Huh? What button was that? What did I press? Do you know the name of the song playing right now? It's Banger is the name of the song. Alright. Club activities had begun, which meant I needed to clear my mind. I also need to clear my mind because we're gonna rush through this. This is like the 4th club activity in this game I can't take anymore. I'm gonna read this as fast as I can. What was today's battle? Today's punishment game? I'd take anything on. Oh god, she's here.
Okay, Kei-san. You can prepare yourself. We're going all out today.
Great, bring it on. Sadako or not, I'll crush you all mercilessly.
Rena will profit from your battle and fish herself up a win. Then I'll get all the manta rays first and ride them to victory.
What the fuck are they talking about?
Oh. Reika-chan is like a manta ray. Oh, fuck it. No. They didn't have to do that, bro. They did. Oh, no. Rena, what the fuck? This girl is such a fucking pervert. Like a manta ray. Look, bro, she's like, what, 11 or something. Of course she's flat. Shit, man. Unhinged Rena, true. I feel like Rena... We haven't been to her home yet, have we? If we ever get to Rena's home, I expect her to have like self-drawn fan art of all of the characters, but it's all pervy fan art, all Rule 34 shit. It's not self-drawn. Actually, you know what would be better? If it was commissioned fan art drawn by Keiichi's dad. Oh god, that would be the... If they actually do that, I will donate $500 to the writer. I want to take you home. Don't take her home. Okay, everyone. We have a lot of people today, so let's play something easy and simple. Oops. Today's game is... Yes! Fuck yes! Best club activity ever. Thank you. Thank you for being self-aware about your writing. Oh my god. I was so scared. Higurashi did you a favor for once. Oh, thank you. Holy. Oh my god, okay. Everyone who lost the game dropped out and had to help clean up after the barbecue. What? Shion laughed more uproariously than anyone I'd ever heard when she saw my loser face. Can I hear her laugh? It's like a dream come true.
Yeah. Alright. I'm looking forward to the anime. Made Higurashi skip the club activity impossible. That pop was hilarious. What pop? Okay, okay. My getting bombed out of the game... Was my getting bombed out of the game really that funny? Man, oh man, Kei-chan's face! He was like, how can you still call yourselves human? Damn it! I had it all worked out when I bought up the scissors. If only Sadako and Rika-chan hadn't betrayed me. The pop-off you did, I genuinely never thought they would skip the club activity. True. It was going great while we had maintained a united front, but Sadako had been quicker to betray me than I her. She was just a tiny bit better than me. Ah! Oh, those fuckers are here. I warned you about trusting Hojo. Tomida-kun and Okamura-kun were unanimously wearing I told you so faces. Incidentally, those two were victims of Sadako's traps pretty early on as well. Damn. I was trying to do well enough to make up for you two. And once again, for the showdown, it didn't matter. Maybe this meant I still couldn't match up to the other members yet. You were going to have the lowest ranked member of the club play a punishment game, weren't you? Shion remarked as though forcing me to recall something I'd try to forget even for a moment. Anything Shion related show up? More, yet true. The Keiichi's dad commission legit be the funniest shit ever, but that would raise a very concerning question. Wouldn't that involve his son? It would. It would, but with how they talked about Keiichi's dad, I don't think he would shy away from that. He embraces all perversion. They said that. Is that right? Come to think of it, my Bala-san, when you came up with the punishment game with the president, you looked really heated up. What on earth did you decide on? Earlier, Mion told me to get an Angel Mord uniform ready. Does that have anything to do with it? She told me to get the biggest size I could find. Oh shit. Please don't let us see. Like, serious. Don't have a CG for that. Please. Tomida-kun and Okamura-kun were giving me these complex, indescribable looks of mixing empathy, pity, and the desire to see something scary all at once. All I could do now was laugh. Strangely enough, the more I laughed, the more it felt like it was actually funny. I lost! Oh my. Maebara-san, what's the matter? You're smiling, crying, and howling. It's okay. He's just pretending not to like it. He can't hide his excitement at the opportunity to gain valuable experience using the punishment game as an excuse. Right? By the way, the Star Rail stream starts in like 20 minutes. Oh, I'll watch it after this. I don't want to leave, but I also want to watch Unity Gaming. I can't force you to stay, bro. Can Keiichi's dad draw Shion? Oh, he already did. Oh, he already did. Look, I have been so tempted to look up Shion fan art, but I can't because I'm 100% sure I'm gonna get spoiled on shit, right? So we need to finish these games quick. Keiichi's a tsundere. Fuck! Shit. What do you mean, a valuable experience? I held my head in my hands in agony. My state of mind could be summed up in a 3-letter word. It was soft. Coach gently put his hands on my shoulders. Was he comforting me? Maebara-san, in times where you must accept hardship, just imagine that you're a maid on the receiving end of some strict disciplining. Did he just drop a new fetish on us? See? Doesn't help the situation seem kind of fun now? This guy is such a... Oh my god. Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? This dude is so... I can't. Get this guy out of the game, please. What the fuck, man? Red in the face and indulging in his imagination, still holding my shoulders, Coach said, "Oh, master," and started twirling around like a ballerina. I had to wonder what kind of word associations he had going on in his head. At the very least, it was much different than what was in mine. The first thing that comes into mind when I think of disciplining certainly isn't maids. Thanks, didn't need your help. You can go now. Tomita-kun, Okamura-kun, your coach is pretty funny. I'm surprised he can even be a coach. Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun exchanged glances and answered with dry smiles. And they added that he was a really nice person most of the time, which is something you'd normally say about a person like that. The coach's questionable revolutions slowed to a stop, and then his expression returned to a clear, calm one, almost making what just happened seem like an illusion. He can switch gears way too fast. Then let us start cleaning up. Maibara-san, you seem quite strong. Could you bring the plates over to the wash basins and clean them? You really gonna get you on a list? Bro 100% has some BDSM shit in his basement. Am I the only guy who kind of wants to hear his voice? I kind of want to hear the... I expect his voice actor to switch between like a super serious and a super gay voice at times, and I think that sounds super fun. Maybe the torture room is his? Damn, they misused it. They had a boy and a girl in his torture room, but they didn't fuck. Man, what a wasted opportunity. Right on it. I hosted the dirty barbecue plates, each with slimy oil clinging to it, and looked for the wash basins. Ah, these are heavy. Where are the wash basins? Over there? Do it? Do what? The spikes are for different reasons? Never let your sister see your chat. Figuring I should make it there before my arms gave out, I headed towards it at a trot. A lot of the adults who had been helping out were using the wash basins, so I gave up and looked for a different set. I asked them, and then they told me there were more right by the assembly hall too, so I decided to head that way. She don't use Twitch, so fine. You think she doesn't. Rather than multiple basins, there was just one faucet there. I initially thought it would be too small to wash plates as big as these, but it would probably still be faster than waiting for a faucet to open up back there. I turned the faucet and water much nicer looking than it gushed forth. I put a plate under the faucet and scrubbed it with my hand to try and rub it clean. Gotta listen to Irie's voice dialogue? Alright. It's annoying that I always have to turn on the voices for that. Then go back and now find it and let's see. Okay, this one, right? Told her I watched Days with my stepsister, so I'm really not all that worried. Dude, look. Watch episode 3. I'm not gonna say anything more.
前原さん、苦境を受け入れなければならない時はですね、厳しい指導を受けているメイドであると想像するんです。ほら、絶望的なシチュエーションがなんだか楽しそうになってきませんか？いいじゃないですか。
I know his voice actor. I can't put a finger on it. Who does he voice? Who was it, bro? His voice acting is great, it is. Who is that? I gotta find out. He voiced something recently heard. I'm almost 100% sure about that. Give me a second. Higurashi Irie voice actor. Here. Wait, what the fuck? This has an English dub? There's an English dub for Higurashi? No way. Yeah, why not? It's a popular show. True, actually. All the Zenless on Zero characters are trending. Who is that? Dude, he's old. Oh, it's Iruka. Okay, I knew I recognized that voice, man. Okay, I got it. Okay, yeah. Makes sense. Okay. The fuck? Can you come back, please? Like, okay. Fucking Michael Jackson demon. True, that as well. Irie and Muzan from Demon Slayer. But not a lot else. Like, he doesn't voice all that many characters, actually. Oh, right. He also voiced the Warrior of Light from Final Fantasy. The anime's first season had an English dub. It's infamously bad. Okay. He plays Luke Atney from Ace Attorney. Whoever is that. And, oh, Xenoblade. Avatar male. What a character, man. What a fucking character. Alright, we got it. Character from Ace Attorney 3. Yeah, I haven't played that yet. It didn't go very well. Here you go. Oh, alone time with Shion. I can't. Oh my, yeah. Oh, thank you. This day has been a pleasure so far. Here you go. A sponge and a dish soap. You can't wash them with just water. It was Shion. She threw a brand new sponge and a container filled with cleaner to me. Oh, thanks. You should have just put them by the basins and let it to the grown-ups. You're always doing the right thing. I got the feeling that wasn't quite a compliment. If she's bored with you, bro, she wants a bad boy. Inoji's simpage has raised considerably this stream. Look, man, I see Shion, I simp. Is there a Shion body pillow? Is there a Shion display for my room? Is there a Shion iPhone cover? Please say yes. The English dub didn't do well, so it didn't return for the second season. Aw, man, I hate it when they do that. Like, if you start something that has multiple seasons, just finish it, you know? But the thing is, the Japanese dubbing for this game has been stellar so far. So it's hard to match up to that, probably. I was surprised to learn that you're the manager for the Hinamizawa Fighters. I thought you didn't do stuff like that because it's too much of a bother. Yes, it is quite a bother. That's why I stopped showing up entirely. Didn't Coach say he wanted you to come back? You should pay a visit once in a while. If I feel like it, I guess. Shion made it sound like the end of the world could happen before she felt like it. Whoops. I couldn't keep washing the dishes while preoccupied with conversation, so I decided to take my task seriously. Dinkler, this is literally you. He also has zero multitasking ability. Is there a Shion body pillow? And you're smiling? So that means yes? I'm gonna look that up. Shion neither offered to help nor got in my way. She just quietly watched the water flowing from the faucet. Oh, right, I heard something. You were the star player in yesterday's game, weren't you? Sadako hit the home run, so I think she was the real star player. I didn't know she had those kind of reflexes. It surprised me. She's totally different from Satoshi-kun. There's not much doubt that all the athletic ability in the family went to her. Shion smiled as she spoke, her eyes looking at something far away, betraying her reminiscence. Satoshi-kun? Sadako Hojo's older brother. You know Satoshi Hojo-kun? Oh, right. You just moved here this year, didn't you, Kei-chan? You wouldn't have ever met him. I was a little surprised that Shion knew about Satoshi. Never met him, but I know a little. After their parents passed away, he transferred to a different school, right? Oh, is this where he learns that he didn't transfer? I accidentally missed a few locations in Symphonia, and now I'm the butt of the joke, huh? See how it is? I'm sorry, bro. That's just how it works. I avoided saying that he ran away from home and used the slightly more vague words that everyone else did. Transferred? Who said anything like that? I hadn't realized yet that Shion's tone had changed slightly. The fuck? Okay. Oh, alright. I like that view. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like that face, but I like that view. Shion about to murder this man. Well, I mean, who was it then? Yeah, I heard it from someone that he transferred. Who? You said that because you asked someone, right? Who did I ask? I don't really remember. Even so, he transferred, so that's it, right? Not like there's a problem with it. There is one. Does that mean there's a record of his transfer to another school? And that someone saw it? Or heard about it? Around that time, I not only noticed how awfully caught up on this Shion was, but also how startlingly dangerous her eyes had begun to look. Shion? What's up? You look so serious. With that, Shion seemed to realize the expression she was making. She took a deep breath, pretended to fix her hair, and went back to her composed expression from before. I'm sorry, but Kei-chan, you don't know much about Satoshi-kun, so please don't say that he transferred or anything like that. I'm serious. Please. Bro, she literally... Shion can change the sky with her mood. Just imagine that. That's how powerful she is. I realized I must have said something I shouldn't have, but I wasn't really sure of what I should apologize for, so I just said one safe word for now. Sorry. I just sort of heard he transferred and believed it. Was it actually something else? It was, of course. Preceded by his parents, he had left his sister and run away. But I wanted to try and avoid using the words run away, so I pretended to not know. Rob Noji? I mean, come on, man. Look at that. That is... Seems any mention of the past triggers something in other characters. There was Rena and Mion's behavior change in the first part too. True. I feel like there is this time in this time break where basically that's just my theory, right? Where in the time before Keiichi transferred in, like that was like this summer, right? And all the time before that, the village was like completely different. And whenever they talk about it, they accidentally let that slip. That they're actually all pretty fucked up in the head. And this is all just pretend what they're doing, this happy life. Upon seeing my flustered reply, Shion realized she was intimidating me and lowered her voice. I'm sorry. I'm not blaming you for anything, Kei-chan. I was being a little harsh. I apologize. I didn't really mind. That was a fib. I was actually a little scared even. This dude gets scared by everything. Was there something wrong with saying he ran away? Was there some sort of misunderstanding in saying that he transferred? But before I could ask her, she turned on her heel to leave. Hey, Shion. Right. Good luck with those. Looks like your plate is last. That's the last one you need to wash. Her final remark reminded me of the dishes I had so easily forgotten about. So immersed in conversation were we that it got pretty late. I turned the faucet again to get the water flowing faster. But I violently scrubbed the plate. When I turned back around, Shion was no longer there. By the time I'd finished washing the plates, most of the other things had been cleaned up. The air had cooled off before I'd realized it, and as the heat that had stuck with us all day dispersed, a nice breeze started to blow. Keiichi's easily scared and internalizes things a lot. Yeah, he does. Like, if he just talked about his thoughts a bit more to other people instead of getting scared the moment they react some way, I think a lot of the problems would have been solved in the earlier games. Let me sit back down. I'm standing for a while now. Okay. Hello there. Okay, everyone, can I have your attention? Coach got everyone together to make his closing remarks, and with that, another fun day drew to its close. Yeah, I mean, look at his paranoia in the first chapter. Being in his head was crazy. True. Okay, I gotta watch the HSR stream now. Have fun, bro. In the end, Mion ended the game with a magnificent victory. Hope I don't miss anything cool. I hope you do, because you're leaving us here. Sadako and Rika-chan, who had labored so hard to betray me, had fallen into a huge trap afterwards, leaving them frustrated about more than a few things. People who betray others will one day betray themselves. Never been more true, huh? This is foreshadowing. This has to be foreshadowing, right?
You're not the one I wanted to hear that from, Keiichi-san. Rena didn't fall for anyone's tricks. That's how I got second. Rena doesn't buy into lies very easily. She has a sharp wit.
I'm surprised. She seems like she would fall for the first lie to come her way.
Funny you should say that, Kei-chan. You desired to prey upon others, and right away you became the prey instead. Make sure you don't fall for those dumb schemes that promise higher returns the more friends you rope in, okay?
Yeah. I'll try harder. Even good friends will lay traps mercilessly and betray everyone inside once they get into a serious enough game. Is this also foreshadowing? But despite that, once it's all over, they can feel refreshed and laugh together. It reminded me of how we were all such great friends.
Anyways, I'm looking forward to Kei-san's punishment game. However, can you really implement such a thing? I would think the store manager would have a thing or two to say about it.
Oh my god. I thought he just had to put on a costume, but does he actually have to like work a day at Angel Mort? That is hilarious.
I wonder. Maybe Keiichi will be really cute. Cute. I kind of want to see. Ow. I am on the edge of my seat. I will trip him up and make him wipe the floor. Ah, that would be great.
Why couldn't I win now of all times? Whenever I think I'll definitely win today and that I'll make someone else play the punishment game, I lose. Is it not enough? Do I not believe hard enough in victory?
The loser tastes like sweet honey. How sad, how sad.
Pat, pat.
This is how you get stronger, Keiichi-kun. It's like I'm looking at Mi-chan from last year.
Mi-chan last year? What? Did she always lose and moan about it in the past? How very interesting. I didn't know our undefeated president Mion was once like that.
No need to talk about that.
Mion hastily covered Rena's mouth. Everyone watching burst out laughing. Finally, Rika-chan pulled on Sadako's sleeve.
Okay, we should be going soon. Yes! We must go shopping for dinner, mustn't we?
I wanted to keep talking like this forever, but it was getting late. We split up with Sadako and Rika-chan and decided to get on our way home. Hope I gotta go. It's near midnight here. Have a good one. Thank you for dropping by, man. I hope you had a good time and sleep well. Assuming you will go to sleep now. Alright, bye. See you tomorrow at school. Everyone waved to each other and split up for the short time between now and tomorrow. Okay, let's go. We began walking down the tall staircase leading from the shrine grounds. As the sun started to set, the afternoon's heat began to disappear as though it was never there. Just listening to the chorus of the Higurashi was enough to make me forget about how hot it had been today. Come to think of it, it's still June, huh? We didn't have a rainy season at all this year. Like, all of a sudden it's just summer, you know? Now that I thought about it, she was right. It was June, the season of long rain, of hydrangeas and snails. I haven't really seen a real rainy season since transferring here. According to the weather forecast, it's supposed to get more rainy during the first part of the week. They were warning people about heavy showers. I hope it doesn't rain into Watanagashi. That's right. The rainy season's supposed to be rainy. Rena likes all the rain in the rainy season. What? So much rain just makes me depressed. Hey, Kei-chan. I was a little spaced out, so I was late in answering Mion. I was thinking back to my conversation with her sister. When I said that Satoshi transferred, Shion clearly got angry. She was mad at me for saying something so careless. I mean, it may have been a vague way of skirting around the fact that he ran away from home, but I don't think it was so bad that Shion would need to feel mad about it. I wasn't really satisfied with it. I felt like a child, completely ignorant of what he was being scolded for. So my thoughts spilled out of my mouth in a very direct fashion. Oh no, don't do that. This is gonna make... No. Bro, you're gonna start the you're gonna start the creepy faces again. Don't... Sadako had a brother, right? Named Satoshi, I think. What? As soon as I said the name Satoshi, Rena and Mion both lost their relaxed, comfortable mood and made strange expressions. Should I have avoided talking about this? That's what they made me think. But I've already said it, so that's that. And I'd be lying if I said I wasn't interested. What happened to Satoshi again? Did he move away? That was such a transparent way of putting it, but in my desire to know everything, I feigned ignorance. Mion turned around and looked to Rena for assistance. Rena looked between us, then quietly and softly spoke. Wait, did we not tell you? He transferred out. When I said those words to Shion, she got upset. So I answered her with the same words Shion had given me. Transferred? Who told you something like that? Huh? I had only intended to borrow Shion's words, but as I said it exactly the same way she had, right down to the thorns in my voice. When I realized what I had done, I immediately tried to soften my remark. If he really transferred, there would be records of it at school and stuff, right? But is there actually anything like that? Mion and Rena, their eyes grew wide. They were at a loss for words. I started to feel like I was doing something really bad. I thought they were only hiding the fact that Sadako's older brother ran away out of consideration for her. I'm not trying to blame you for anything, okay? I just wanted to ask what happened to Satoshi, that's all. I wasn't trying to blame them. The fact that I had to remind them even looked like I was tormenting them with an impossible question. No, maybe I was actually bullying them. Maybe I had lashed out at them in retaliation for Shion getting mad at me. This whole day has been so much fun, but now, why did I go and say something that made all of that meaningless? I couldn't help but regret my own careless curiosity. That's enough, let's drop it now. As I was about to say that, Mion spoke up. Um, well, it's not like we were hiding it or lying. I hope you understand. That's not what we were trying to do. Mion's tone conveyed her genuine awkwardness. They sounded like the excuses of a child who had been presented with evidence of her own mischief. Satoshi, well, he didn't transfer schools. Not that sound again, man. Mion said, resigning herself. But I felt bad for pushing her to say that. So, it's okay, Mion. Stop talking about Satoshi. Sorry for teasing you. I wanted to apologize, but right before that, he won't come back. Well, there we go. What? Unlike Mion's stammered reply, Rena was extremely clear and resolute. He won't come back? What? He won't come back home. Ever since that day. He won't come back. That was a very strange way of putting it. Normally, you would say that he hadn't come back yet. At least I thought you'd only say it like Rena did if he wasn't capable of coming back. You wouldn't say it like that when talking about someone who ran away from home. What do you mean he won't come back? Where did Satoshi go? Don't know. Rena's word choice felt very cold to me. It was so cold that I couldn't muster up a response right away. Well, she's right. After that day, Satoshi hasn't returned home. Mia noticed the deadlock between us and hurriedly followed up on what Rena had said. Well, that is, everyone in the village searched for him, and we even got the police to help us look. And, well, they started thinking that maybe he ran away. They started thinking he maybe ran away? When running away from home, I thought you were supposed to leave a note or something. So when Satoshi ran away, he would probably have left some kind of letter apologizing to Sadako. That was just kind of what I figured. But from the way Mion was talking, it seemed like a little different than just running away from home. The police did an investigation. Satoshi had been earning money at a part-time job and had put some aside. And they learned that on the day he vanished, he withdrew. And then at Nagoya Station or something, they spotted someone who looked a lot like Satoshi. He withdrew all his savings to fund his escape from... Oh, was that it? It seemed consistent enough to me, but before I could say anything... I think that's a lie. Satoshi-kun didn't run away, declared Rena shortly. Hey, wait. So if he didn't transfer schools or move away, and he didn't run away from home, then what on earth... Stop it, Rena. Mion whispered to her. Rena, however, continued without interruption. Is he gonna go into crazy Rena mode again? We haven't seen that in a while. And then she said this. Because it was a Yashiro-sama's curse. Oh, she's crazy, man. Huh? A curse? It took some time before I understood what Rena meant by that. Mion clicked her tongue and shook her head a little. Oh shit, she's here. Okay. Satoshi talked to me before he disappeared. Said someone was watching him, stalking him. They even followed him home. He told me that when he went to bed, they were standing there at his bedside, looking down at him. Stop it, Rena. It's a portent of Yashiro-sama's curse. There's no doubt. I think, somewhere deep down, Satoshi-kun was probably thinking about abandoning Hinamizawa and running away. And a Yashiro-sama wouldn't allow that. I said, stop it. Oyashiro-sama is the guardian deity of Hinamizawa.
He would never allow anyone to abandon Hinamizawa and run away. I apologized for it, but Sadashi-kun probably didn't. It must have been Oyashiro-sama's curse! Oyashiro-sama's curse? We haven't seen that sprite ever, right? Have we ever seen her look like that? She looks terrifying. Or rather, terrified. I hadn't intended to repeat it, but the words came out of my mouth anyway. Oyashiro-sama's curse? The police may have said he ran away, but I don't believe it. I won't believe it, not ever. It's just a lie told by the self-important people in the village who don't want to admit it was the curse. And whether or not you believe in Oyashiro-sama's curse, it's... Wham! Mion struck Rena in the head. Wait, she punched her? That might be new. Yeah, I think it is. Well, so much for Dinkler not missing something. And not in a joking way either. I told you to give it a rest, didn't I? I try to be nice, but you're pushing me to my limits. Pushing her to her limits? Actually, there was plenty of displeasure and anger in Mion's face at that moment. For a few moments after being hit, Rena looked astonished. Perhaps the voices of the Higurashi calmed her frantic mind, because after a little while, she regained her original calm expression. Well, that was a thing. Okay. So I guess Rena's crazy in this one as well. Didn't expect that. I actually expected us to get our first look at Crazy Sadako, not Crazy Rena again. Well, there we are. That was okay. We arrived at the place we always split up with Mion. No one said a word until we got there. The voices of the Higurashi just tortured our ears with their buzzing. We'd always split up with Mion here, leaving just Rena and me. Hi, Kei-chan. Didn't I promise to lend you some manga? Wanna come over real quick? That's how it starts. We don't need cursed Sadako. And we need dead Sadako. Huh? She promised that? However, I quickly realized it was a convenient way of saying she wanted to talk to me alone. Oh, I see. Okay, then Rena will go home. Maybe she realized it, maybe she didn't. Thankfully, Rena quickly said that she'd go home before us. Bye, Rena. See you tomorrow. Yep. See you tomorrow. Keiichi-kun, don't be too much of a bother now. It's already evening. I'm just going to borrow a few books. See ya. Considering the fun day we had, it was a very insipid, lonely parting. Damn, man. The thing is, last time, Rena was the crazy one, but Keiichi was the one that snapped, right? And he was the one that killed people. I wonder if we get a chapter where Rena is actually the one doing something, you know? Hey, don't worry too much about before. After a little while, Mion finally spoke. Quite some time had passed since splitting up with Rena. No, I'm not really. I think it was my fault anyway. We weren't trying to hide anything about Sadashi. It's just one of those things that we shouldn't mention, you know? At this point, I understood exactly what she meant by that. Judging by our odd interactions with Rena, I understood so well it hurt that I shouldn't ever talk about it again. Actually, if that's the case, then with Shion too. No, this is a bigger problem. Talking about it in the first place had been indiscreet. I shouldn't have been interested in it at all. But that's why I really had to think about it. About why everyone got so irritated. Idiot, stop this, Keiichi Maebara. By the time I tried to warn myself, I had accidentally spoken already. I won't ask ever again, so could you tell me honestly, what on earth happened to Sadashi? He ran away, right? For a long time, Mion remained silent, but finally, unable to endure it any longer, she began to speak timidly.
Have you ever heard about Oyashiro-sama's curse? Just a little bit. Got the gist of it. I only overheard someone in class talking about it, though. Oyashiro-sama was the name of the deity protecting Hinamizawa that they worship at the shrine we had at the barbecue at today. And a few years ago, when they started talking about flooding Hinamizawa as part of the dam project, one of the people who worked on the site died or something, and people blamed it on Oyashiro-sama's curse. That's how it was. Satoshi's dead parents. They were proponents of the dam project. Huh, wasn't everyone in the village against it? Why would they support the project if they lived here? The dam project that would flood the entirety of Hinamizawa. I'd heard the village all got together to fight the terrible project, but it was a little hard to believe there were villagers who were supporting it. Well, there was a lot of stuff going on. But not everyone agreed to stand up to the dam proposal. Satoshi's parents were basically the leaders of those who were all for it. Leaders of the ones for it. Satoshi and Sadako's parents? Yeah, the government had garnered a lot of compensation money, gathered a lot of compensation money to exchange for the construction of the dam. There were plenty of people who agreed with the proposal because they wanted the money. I mean, I get that, right? If you're being resettled, you get a lot of cash as compensation. And some people would rather take that and move than stay in their home. Like, not everybody cares about their home that way. Aside from a few households, Hinamizawa was in general not very affluent, and not because they were proud to inherit the land of their ancestors. It wouldn't be strange if some people wanted enough money to start a new life. But even in that case, they would have to they would have had to hesitate to say so given the situation. It just happened to be Sadako and Satoshi's parents who understood that and stood up to be their representative. By that standard, you might say Sadako and Satoshi's parents were very heroic. They volunteered to be hated, all to help those without much money who didn't have a voice. Oh. Oh, so the idea is that her parents were like hated in the village because they stood up to the they agreed with the dam project, and that's why they were killed. Like, they probably are gonna say that it wasn't an accident, right? And that is the curse of Oyashiro-sama. And then their parents had bad luck. They died in an accident on the day of the festival honoring Oyashiro-sama. So people started to think that maybe it had been Oyashiro-sama's curse. I thought back to what Coach told me today. They went to a nature park on a family outing and fell from a cliff. So people thought even Satoshi running away from home was because of Oyashiro-sama's curse? Well, yeah, basically. It was a bit of an invasive reply, but I felt it was wrong to ask any further, so I didn't press her for details. I don't think I need to explain this, but for Sadako, her parents' accident and Satoshi running away, and all the business about Oyashiro-sama's curse, none of it is a very happy story, you know. Yeah, of course I knew. I could only nod silently. That's why we're not mentioning anything about Sadako's family. Even if someone asks about Satoshi, we just lie and said he transferred skulls. You can understand why, right? They wanted to protect Sadako's happiness, her smile. As someone who thought that way, even for a short time, I really did regret having been imprudent enough to broach the topic to begin with. Yeah, I get it. I'm sorry I said something so careless. When she heard that, Mion smiled, seeming a little relieved. With that understanding, thinking that I should get going, I began to make my way home. I could really have stopped by Mion's house, but it was already late. I'd stop by again the next time I had the chance. Bye then, Mion. Sorry about today. See you tomorrow. Yeah, goodbye. We waved to each other. Then, suddenly remembering something, Mion called out to me. Kai-chan, one more thing. Not only around Sadako, could you keep quiet about Satoshi with Rena too? Huh? I think you realized earlier, but for some reason, when it comes to Oyashiro-sama's curse, she gets extremely serious. Ever since she transferred here. Wait a second. Are they maybe implying that she is cursed by Oyashiro-sama? Or possessed or something? Like, is that maybe the sickness that's happening in the village where everybody goes crazy? Do they get possessed by Oyashiro-sama? Yeah, judging by how Rena was acting earlier, it was clearly no laughing matter to her. Mion had interrupted the conversation for us. But if Mion hadn't been here, what might have happened? Why would Rena be so serious about this? Not only Rena either, but Shion too. I don't know. Rena is... Oh, this is a secret, okay? If you tell anyone, we're not friends anymore. Mion emphasized this as her expression clouded even further. I won't tell. What's this about Rena? She says she's been a victim of Yashiro-sama's curse before. See, I told you. Like, she almost died and blamed it on Yashiro-sama's curse, and now she thinks she's cursed and goes crazy when that's the topic. Huh? Well, it may sound mean, but I think it might be a bad case of a persecution complex or some kind of wrong assumption. But she says so herself, so I believe her. If I poke fun at it, she gets really upset. Rena jokes around all the time, but she's really scary when she's mad. I get it. Don't talk about it in front of Rena, right? About Satoshi. Yeah. If possible, I think we shouldn't talk about this ever again. For her sake. And for Sadako's. For everyone else's, too. And if I must say, for your own sake, too, Kei-chan. With her silence, Mion made sure I knew that. Yeah. Okay.
I got it.
Thanks. Saying only that, she waved her hand and began walking away. I watched her go, a little dazed, and then started walking myself. Sadako's older brother, Satoshi. Had he run away from home? Or had he been a victim of the curse and disappeared forever? Whichever the case, none of this was anything I should have asked about. The cooling air forced me into self-reflection. I wanted Sadako to smile. Yet my curiosity easily defeated me, and I frivolously tried to step into the dark side of things in a joking way. I'm shameful. I wanted today to be exactly like yesterday. I wanted tomorrow to be just as fun as today, too. So why did I go and do something like that? We were having a blast at the baseball game yesterday. And today we had a blast at the big barbecue party, too. It was a lot of fun. But then I went and almost nullified all of those fun times. Yep, and that's what you shouldn't do, because you did that in the first game, and then you did it in the second game, and both of the times you end up dead. So, congrats, you just put a death flag on yourself again. I would have to be more careful starting tomorrow. I would put all this unpleasant stuff behind me forever. Like hell, I'm gonna let my enjoyable life end because of how careless I was today. But the more I thought that I'd be more careful starting tomorrow, the more I couldn't get rid of the ominous thought that I had already put an end to those enjoyable days with what I'd just done. You know what? Probably a good place to stop for a minute or two because I need to pee and get some more water. I'll be right back. Where's my break thingy? Here. There we go. That's good. Back. All right. So the first bunch of creepy stuff happened, and let's see where this leads. Hey, wait. Calm down, Keiji Maibara. The gears of destiny are freaking gigantic, aren't they? What happened just now was trivial. It doesn't make any sense to think my life will be totally different starting tomorrow, but even though I understood it logically, the mist in my heart wasn't going to fade until tomorrow turned out to be as fun as today. I'm acting weird. I'm thinking a little too much about that conversation. I wish tomorrow would come already. I wanted it to make me understand how absurd my insignificant doubts really were. The night was long. This dude is like brooding so much. It's incredible. Why does this guy always think to himself like that all the time and cause his own thoughts to spiral out of control? Mystery meat, having a barbecue party with everyone. That wasn't implying that the meat we ate was weird, right? Wait, Didn't we? Okay, this might be a very long shot, but what if they said in the second game that I think it was the the person who like founded the Shinozaki Mion Shinozaki. That's her name, right? Yeah. The Shinozaki clan. Uh wasn't he like known or persecuted for selling human meat? What if that's still a thing that's going on and Irie just brought a bunch of human meat to the barbecue? I never even thought about that, but the achievement kind of makes me think of that. I don't know why. That there's some weird twist coming up. That they've been feeding them human meat and that's why they all turn into cannibals or something. Morning, Kaiji. My, what time did you go to sleep? I did not sleep well last night at all. My mother could tell from a single glance. I had the worst dreams. Nightmares, very ominous dreams, one after the other, again and again. I woke up after each one, but could never even remember a fraction of what they had been about. I wouldn't be surprised if it was human meat. Yeah, that's what I mean, right? Because every time these games do something, I feel like I have a pretty good idea of what's going to happen, and then they throw it all to shit and go in a completely different, even wilder direction. But it was like those dreams were predicting something unpleasant. And I woke up in a terrible mood. Hey now, every day has been calm and fun before today, right? Those days should continue on, unchanging. And yet, anxiety was the only emotion growing within me. Why was that? Nightmares reflect your own anxiety. They show an uneasy mind that which you wouldn't admit to normally. Yesterday, I remember the ominous conversations about Satoshi I had with Mion, Shion, Mion, and Rena. Right. My mind felt like it was in a black fog because we had talked about that. If I had lived every day without causing a fuss, my reward would be ever more peaceful days. I understood that. So why did I cause such discord? But now that I thought about it calmly, a simple verbal slip on my part couldn't possibly change the world. Yeah. As long as I'm sorry for doing it and never talk about it again, there's nothing that anyone can blame me for, right? Besides, how would my fate possibly change just because I talked about that? Nothing was gonna change. Yeah. Nothing would change. Nothing would change. Nothing would change. That's a creepy smile. If you're still half asleep, then go wash your face. I'd finally cheered up enough to smile, and Mom slapped me right back down. Now I was irritated again. There wasn't much time left before I had to meet up with Rena. I frantically started to get ready to go to school. Have a good day. Watch out for cars. There's barely any cars to watch out for. In Hinamizawa, anyway. I dashed out the front door. The morning air was far more refreshing than the water on my face. That's right, Keiichi Maebara. If you're sorry enough about it and reflect upon your mistakes, it's enough. Now, let's pull yourself together and get to school. And return to fun, enjoyable days. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. The way they talk about this, yeah. Where everyone laughs, plays, and just has a good time. I'll be nice to Sadako as an apology too. Yeah. Wasn't I supposed to be her Nini until Satoshi got back? Good morning. Keiichi-kun. Rena too looked like nothing like she'd had yesterday when she said that weird stuff. If I could only forget, then I could still act like nothing had happened. Hey Dink, what's good, man? I hope the stream was fun to you. You missed some stuff. Unfortunate. So I called out to her with all the energy I could muster. Hey! Morning, Rena. Early as usual today. Morning. Good morning. It was a little time before the same old morning homeroom began, but Sadako and Rika-chan were unusually absent. Oh no. Oh god. Maybe they went to play somewhere? However, looking over and seeing none of their things, so it looked like they hadn't really come to school. Yeah, so real talk, HSR has a fucking wild announcement at the end, which I think you and especially Shift will get a kick out of. Okay. Nice. They're almost never late. Rena seemed to be enjoying herself, thinking about what their excuse for being late would be. Mion said something nonsensical as well, imagining how funny the reason they were late must have been. I had only come to school to see their energetic faces, since I figured I would get rid of those feelings I have. But the load on my chest remained where it was. It wasn't very pleasant at all. Good morning, everyone. President, if you would mind. No, if you would. Okay. Everybody stand up. Our teacher finally arrived. Then, finally, I heard the pitter-patter of footsteps running down the hall. Clatter. Rika-chan was the first to run through the open door. And then Sadako didn't come. You're late, Ferde-san. Where's Hojo-san? It was unusual for Rika-chan to be late, but equally unusual for Sadako, a ball of energy, to be absent at all. Everyone's eyes were wide at the series of strange events. Sadako might be a little late. Has she come down with something? The teacher walked over to Rika-chan and they started talking in hushed tones. Rika-chan is late and Sadako is absent. I guess crazy things can happen. You're right. But I wonder what happened to Sadako-chan. Is she sick? Why now, when I most wanted to see Sadako's energetic face? The unease that had been building since last night tightened within my chest. Kai-chan, you worry too much. Sometimes, girls of her age can help but stay homesick. She's a bit too young for that. Mi-chan, you're not supposed to say that around boys. Mion laughed indecently. Normally I would laugh along with her, but right now I just didn't feel like it. March 7th is awesome. Maybe, who knows. Homeroom ended and we went to talk to Rika-chan in the short time we had before first period started. Hey Rika-chan, you looked so sad, so very sad when getting yelled at for being late. I'll make sure to pet you today. I was very aware of my gloom this morning, so I strove to keep my tone cheerful. I petted Rika-chan's head the same way she always did. But she didn't cheer up at all. Me. What happened to Sadako? Did she get sick? For instance, she got a fever from playing around too much yesterday. If that had been her response, I would have accepted it in a flash. What's going on? But the atmosphere around Rika-chan felt somehow heavy. Like my neck. I don't know why, but it feels like... Jesus Christ. It was a little weird and actually made my unease worse. Okay. Hi, come on. There's certain things you can't talk to boys about. Kai-chan, back to your seat. Mion, acting just like a club president, pulled me back to my chair. Rika-chan's gaze immediately fell back to her desk, and she hung her head gloomily. Rika-chan had said something odd, that Sadako might be a little bit late. They were living together, weren't they? then she would have known for sure. She wouldn't have said might. I didn't understand why she was absent, and that made me all the more anxious. Damn it, what's going on today? It's like we started off on the wrong foot, and it wasn't going to get any better.
What's the matter, Cage-kun? You seem pretty down this morning.
Rena noticed how I looked and whispered to me while the teacher wasn't looking. Do I really seem that way?
Yeah, even Rena is starting to feel down just looking at you.
I thought of jokingly saying, then don't look at me, but I didn't even feel like doing that.
Is it something you can tell Rena? I don't know what you're worried about, but if I can help, then you can tell me, okay?
I won't tease you. Rena said this, looking me straight in the eye. Until yesterday, nothing strange had happened, and it was a ton of fun. Huh? Rena's eyes widened for a moment, not understanding what I meant, but she remained silent and listened. It was peaceful and fun. Every day was lively. I never had any doubt things would stay that way forever.
Yeah, you're right. Every day is fun. I'm sure today will be too.
You sure? How do you know?
Well...
Rena, feeling perplexed, couldn't think of something to say. I didn't blame her. What I was trying to say seemed a little confusing, even to me. When I think about it, I've been anxious lately. Like, maybe since every day is fun, one day, all of a sudden, it would get really dark, like a light bulb turned off. I was getting depressed.
Yeah, Rena kind of understands how you feel.
Rena nodded gently.
We've always been taught that it wouldn't only be good things happening to us. Sometimes I'm scared of what's going on behind the fun. It's a little bit sad, but because of that, we learned how to do our best to make sure that the fun never stops.
I see.
So, it's not a bad thing that you think our fun lives might not go on forever, Cage-kun. Kind of like if suddenly there was a volcanic eruption tomorrow and everyone died.
Hey, wait, that's terrible.
If you were the only one who survived the catastrophe, Cage-kun, how would you feel?
What the fuck is this foreshadowing? Is there a volcano? They have never talked about a volcano. How would I... I imagine myself being the sole survivor in the ruins of Hinamizawa. Rubble and the bodies of friends lying in heaps at my feet. It was such an abhorrent sight. Was it sadder that all my friends had died? Or was it sadder that I couldn't have died with them? I didn't know which, but I'd probably cry a lot. It'd probably break my heart. First, I think I'd cry.
And then maybe you would think this. If this was my destiny, then I should have made sure every day before this was as fun as possible so I had no regrets.
I didn't want to consider such a horrible event to be my destiny, but I probably would think that.
The fun times will end one day, and nobody knows when they will. It makes sense to live each day to the fullest so that if it does happen tomorrow, you don't regret anything.
Yeah.
It's really hard to think like that. A lot of people take their everyday happiness for granted. They think tomorrow will be the same as today, so they leave things they could do today for tomorrow. They leave the kindness they could have shown today until tomorrow.
Rena was usually cheerful and silly, but right now she wasn't like that at all. She was taking my trouble seriously. It was a little reassuring.
But, Cage-kun, you realized it. I think that's a wonderful thing. So that unease you have, I think you should keep it close to your heart.
Keep my unease close? Hi, I'm back yet. I'm back. Is she dead yet? I was dragged to hell by the spawn of Satan. Does that mean dinner with your sister? No, she's not dead, but she hasn't shown up to school. So we don't know what happened to her overnight. Yes, everyone might die tomorrow in a big catastrophe. Stop saying that. So you should be really nice to everyone today. No, that means Guilty Gear Strive with Epic. Okay, sounds like you had fun, bro. So when the end really does come, you don't regret it. You do that, Rena? Live like you would have no regrets if everyone died tomorrow? Yep. It was such a hyperbolic conversation, but Rena just gave me a nonchalant nod of her head. Rena knows what it's like for the fun times to end overnight. She knows there's no proof tomorrow will be fun, even if today is. I'm living life to the fullest. It seemed like Rena perfectly understood all the anxiety I couldn't put into words. 3-3 though? Wait, so you stopped at when you both had 3 wins? And on top of that, like a reliable teacher, she showed me what to do. Oh, hey, Keiichi Maebara, there's no need to cry now. Last night, I feel like I had a dream about Sadako. I don't remember what kind of dream it was, but ever since this morning, I felt anxious. Because you thought seeing Sadako-chan's energetic face would cheer you up, right? She was right on the money. First to 5 for every set. Oh, okay. So it was an hour. Oh, okay. So that took a long while. If everyone had been here with smiles on their faces this morning, then the murk in my head would have definitely been blown to smithereens. Then, if Sadako-chan arrives, you'll have to be nice to her. Actually, it's totally fine if you play your usual pranks on each other, as long as you're having fun. Yeah, you're right. So that even if these fun days came to an end, I'd have no regrets. I couldn't tell if Rena told me that, if what Rena had told me had been comforting or just made me more anxious. But it was enough to make me think that if I saw Sadako again, I'd be honest with her. But she never came. Lunchtime arrived, with everyone pushing their desks together like always. Wait, didn't Rika say she might be a little late? Lunchtime means it's like 6th period or something now, right? So they spend like 4 hours waiting for her already. What's going on with her? Sadako wasn't here. Despite that, we had bento boxes for 5 lined up on our desks. Rika-chan had made a bento for Sadako too. Was Sadako supposed to be here before lunch? Also, I don't think we've ever seen Rika at a loss for words. Rika-chan was clearly acting strangely. We were talking to her, but it felt like she was too far away to hear us. I'd never seen Rika-chan so downcast. So the rest of us started feeling down too. Hey, Rena. I understood what she had said before pretty well. When we were together, we were supposed to have lots of fun so we wouldn't have any regrets if the world ended tomorrow. And yet, while I just resolved myself to do it, now we can't all be together. What the hell? Because it was just so sudden, wasn't it? I mean, yesterday was fun, so who could believe it would all end today? No volcanoes had erupted, and no earthquakes or fires had happened either. The cicadas were making the same noises they did yesterday, and the sun remained bright in the sky. It was the same normal day as always. So then, why? As I pondered, Rena's chopsticks reached in front of my face and stole the fried chicken out of my bento. That's new music. I don't think we heard that before. It's not really my type of music though. Yeah. If no one else wants it, Rena will take it. Delicious. Rena tossed the entire piece into her mouth and began munching on it, her expression one of bliss. Tcha, I'm such an old man. Rena got a leg up on me. Alright. This old man's taking this bit of steak here. Meep. All my food is gone except my rice. Rika-chan, also behind the curve, smiled again and went for someone else's bento. As I sat there, dazed at how quickly everyone had changed, Rena sent a wink over to me. Come on, Cage-kun. Live life to the fullest. That way, if a volcano erupts tomorrow, it'll be okay. This is serious. I'll be damned if dried plums and rice are the only things I have left for lunch. The fuck is this shit, bro? Hello there, Z98. How are you doing, man? This is Higurashi, even if it doesn't look like it, this is actually a murder story, murder mystery story. I'm taking that meatball. I stuffed the meat into my mouth and constructed a clumsy smile. I played along as if trying to fool myself, but as I did, it rapidly became less and less of an act. Sadako still wasn't here, but at some point, we had regained our lively lunchtime. We had fun, we smiled, and we fooled around. Thanks, everyone. This was definitely the best thing to do. This way, when Sadako suddenly dropped by, we could welcome her with our best smiles. The more I smiled, the more I felt the anxiety from this morning clearing away. Wasn't there a proverb that went something like, fortune comes in by a merry gate? I've literally never heard that proverb in my life. It's the game of all time. It's a good description. It's pretty much always like that until the crazy stuff happens. I think so. If it's true, then this old man will roll around the floor laughing 24/7. Rena thinks it's true. If you laugh every day, it'll be fun every day. Rena has a way with words. Then, should we try it out? Everyone took a deep breath, then brought their faces together, locking shoulders. And then... oh god. You're right, what are we even playing anymore? Everyone laughed uproariously from their stomachs, trying to laugh out all of the bad stuff accumulating in them. By the time our bento boxes were empty, everyone was right as rain. Isn't that the same thing they did in Final Fantasy X? Where Tidus goes, ah, ha, 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 and does like the worst staged laugh ever made in the history of mankind. Wait, so everything's good now? I still don't get what's going on with Sadako. Is she dead? Oh, God. I wonder if this is the music we've heard the most out of all of the soundtrack. Sadako jumped into a volcano. Oh, is that what's going to cause it to erupt? Having heard our friendly banter, Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun walked up and timidly spoke to us. Get the fuck away, kids. Excuse me, Maebara-san. Sorry to interrupt your fun, but we need your help with something. They grinned dryly and scratched their heads. What could it be? Want to know how to remove the censor ban? Censor bars in porn magazines? By the way, don't believe what you hear about butter doing the trick. Total superstition. You can't use an eraser either. Wait, what? Seriously? That's not what we're here for, said Tomita-kun, elbowing Okamura. By the time we finish this franchise, this music is going to give everyone suicidal tendencies. Can you imagine they actually keep it up for all 8 chapters? Actually, our ball got caught in the gutter on the 2nd floor. We were thinking you might be able to read it since you're tall. I see. Asking an upperclassman for help comes with its own price, you know. I'm not cheap. Kinda is. You can't buy me out so easily. Tomida-kun and Okamura-kun conversed for a short time, then gave the reply. We'll give you the right to take a nap during class, Maebara-san. How does that sound? What do you mean? I can sleep during class whenever I want. Why do I need your permission for it? Oh, no, you can't. The next time you take a nap, we'll tell Sensei about it. I say, how sly. You little... Where did you learn to bargain like that? God, this is sorry. It was just a little joke. Come on, Kai-chan. Why not just cave into your underclassmen's threats? And now Mion was getting on my nerves. Suddenly it came to me, and I took Tomida-kun and Okamura's hands. Alright, I surrender. I'll get your ball for you, so give me all the rights to nap time. Huh? Okay. Look, Mion, I now have the privilege. But you don't, do you? Tomida-kun, Okamura-kun, tell on Mion as soon as she falls asleep. Got it? Yeah! Rena and Rika-chan began to cackle at Cage-kun's victory. I wasn't sure how the ball managed to get stuck up there, but it was planted firmly in the school building's second floor gutter. Oh no. Oh, hell no. Look. I don't know if you guys saw the beginning of this game, but do you remember this random scene about some police officer finding a gutted corpse in a gutter? And now Keiichi's climbing up on top of the school building to get something out of the gutter, while Sadako is still missing. You might get what I'm getting at here. Prepare for creepy music. Alright, I'm good. Hand me that stick. I should be able to reach it. Oh my god, is he gonna poke it and then the head falls off or something? Oh Jesus. Here we go. Ah. I took a bamboo pole and poked the ball with it. Damn, it's hard. Come on. Oh, he got it. You got it, Maebara-san. Thank you so much. The ball rolled down the gutter and fell down behind the school building. My underclassmen ran over in that direction, leaving me by myself. You know what else is hard? Your little Joe and Shion's on the screen. Mission complete, I guess. Sheesh. There was still a lot of time left until lunch break was over. Guess I should go back to the classroom. I'd absorb myself in a silly conversation with everyone and wait for afternoon classes. Just when I thought that and turned towards the entrance, someone suddenly called out to me. And the music's gone. Well, fuck. Aw, get the fuck out. What are you doing here, bro? It's the progenitor of bad news. Gotta do the voice again, huh? Why is Inochi here? Oh, Joe, you gotta leave? Thank you for dropping by, man. See you around. Hello there. Good day. Sorry for bothering you during your lunch break. It was a middle-aged man I didn't know. Or maybe I'd passed by him a few times and seen his face, but I didn't know him. When his half-smile deepened, something within me shuddered with fear. There was no basis for that. No reason. But I shuddered. I was somewhat confused about those emotions, not quite understanding them myself. There was one thing I could say, though. Nobody but teachers and students should be at school. This person shouldn't have been here. I felt less of a tremble and more of a sense of dread, like a caterpillar, brilliantly colored and garish. Bilious greens were crawling across my forehead. A feeling of disgust that neither itchy nor gross could describe as the grisly, dreadful hair rubbed against my brow. I didn't even want to see his face. I wanted to jump backwards and run away. An unpleasant feeling for which I didn't even know the cause. The other side of myself has nothing but questions. What the fuck is going on, man? Is he getting flashbacks from the last games because he sees Oishi? Hey, what are you doing? What are you disgusted by? This is the first time you've met him. It's rude to hate someone for no reason. No answers were coming. I held my silence, waiting. A damp sweat running down my forehead. When he saw that, Oishi thought maybe he was being intimidating and gave me a relaxed smile. How does he know his name? Oh, please excuse me. I'm no one suspicious, I assure you. He says that every time. I'm Oishi from the Okinomiya Police Department. Wait, where did I put my card? Huh? What? This is... What? Fished through various pockets and finally found his police ID and showed it to me, grinning dryly. He may have been trying to use those clumsy-seeming actions to ease my anxiety, but I could definitely say it didn't work. Why was I this nervous? There was a reason, of course. If I wanted today to be the same as before, then today didn't need someone who hadn't been here back then. The fact that a man who wasn't here yesterday showed up today meant that today would be a different day than those before it. That would mark the end of the fun and happy days. I gulped and erased that ominous conclusion from my mind. Calm down, Keiichi Maebara. It's just an old guy who looks kind of perverted and came from the police department. Don't go deciding that the fun times are over. Just came here because of his job. Yeah, just for his job. Dude, why does he say he looks kind of perverted about the emoji insert? I don't like that. If he's working, then he would normally go to the teacher's lounge, right? The fact that he spoke to me. Yes, it must have been to ask where it was. Are you looking for the teacher's lounge? You just have to go through the entrance, and I didn't want to look at this man for another second, so I started pushing things along. Oishi, however, didn't seem to have any interest in the teacher's lounge. Oh, no. I don't have anything to do there. Could I get you to call a friend of yours, if I may be so bold? A friend? Who? A girl. Could you call Sadako Hojo-san for me? Oh no, we're starting, huh? Okay. Oh. Have you noticed that in each game, Oishi always knows more than he lets on? My consciousness grew faint, like I was about to pass out. Yes, my anxiety was realized. The dreadful, disgusting caterpillar was looking at me, about to crawl into my ear. Its frizzly, dreadful hair was touching my ear cavity. That's how bad it felt. What do the police need with Sadako? Oh, no. It's nothing important. I just had 2 or 3 things to ask. I'd like it if you could cooperate with me. Why? Why, of all people, was it Sadako? Why would a police officer come here in the middle of the day for something that wasn't important? This man was strange. I could smell it. What the fuck? And it smelled bad. Just a whiff of it made me want to grimace. I knew this man. I knew that this man couldn't possibly be here to deliver her lost wallet or anything. I couldn't imagine what he needed from Sadako, but it had to be something unpleasant. But she's not even here, right? Ah! My throat stung with burning pain, burned like a parched, creviced wasteland. The wasteland broke apart deep in my throat and brought out the words from deep in my mind. You may need something from her, but I don't think Sadako needs anything from you. Could you please leave? Oishi probably hadn't expected that reply. He stood there surprised for a few moments. I did as well. I hadn't thought words like that could ever come out of my mouth. Things might still work out. This guy may have shown up out of the blue, but if I drove him off, maybe I could make it so that it never happened. If I could do that, then I could get back the peace we had until yesterday. I could get it back. Well, you sure are strict. Are you Sadako-san's manager, perhaps? Can I not see her without an appointment? You just want to talk to her, shouldn't you just call her? Barging into school in the middle of day isn't normal. Breaking through a dam would have been the perfect analogy to use. Why didn't I like this man? This man shouldn't have been here. I needed to make it so that this man wasn't here. He's talking like he's gonna kill him. Childish, selfish emotions bubbled up from the depths of my mind, and they each came out of my mouth just as it had been formed. Not liking the guy was my own problem. But to say things so bluntly to him, even I thought I was crazy. Oh, you're the logical sort, aren't you? I'm not too good with people who talk like that. Oishi grinned and scratched at his sweaty throat. Even as he feigned stupidity, I could tell he was irritated. Hey, Keiichi Maebara, why am I looking for a fight with this old policeman here? It's not like he brought the gift of misfortune with him all wrapped up in paper, right? Right. It wasn't like he had brought a package of misfortune with him and was asking me to sign here, please. Rationally speaking, I understood all that, so then why was I so... Finally, I outlasted Oishi in a game of silence, and he gave a big sigh. Then he addressed a few of my female underclassmen running around nearby. Oh, excuse me, all of you. Do you have a moment? I'd like you to call Sadako Hoji-san if you would. My underclassmen tried to smile and reply, but they noticed the oddly stiff air atmosphere around me and seemed hesitant to give a quick answer. Is she not here? Sadako Hojo-san?
Hojo-san, she stayed home today.
Stayed home? His face remained smiling, but his tone was clearly one of ill humor. Such conspicuous spite caused my underclassmen, who had answered honestly, to cringe in fear. I see. Dear me, I'm quite unlucky. He was smiling broadly, but the way he laughed didn't make me feel better at all. When he noticed that his laughter wasn't getting anyone else to laugh with him, he immediately stopped. So, you girls, could you tell me the name of this boy here? Oh, he's like, I'm gonna fuck you up, man. You stood against me. You're going down, brother. He grabbed the girls by the shoulders so they wouldn't run away and crouched down to address them at eye level. Is that even allowed? To grab the little girl? The girls flinched away from a sharp, piercing light in his eyes. And in exchange for their release, they didn't resist and told him my name. That's dirty, bro. I see. Keiichi Maebara-san. Is that it? He said my full name. That was all he said, and yet I couldn't help but shudder. It was like he had grabbed me by the collar with just those words. Oh, could you be the son of the Maebara family I've heard so much about? I hear your father is a renowned artist. Oh, he Sure as hell is. A renowned artist is what we call that. All right. His works go on display twice a year in the Great Exhibition in Tokyo, don't they? I don't know what sort of fantastic pictures he creates, though. Renowned artist. And there's your mother. She seems intelligent, too. I heard she was a high academic achiever. She went to some girls' university, didn't she? It's amazing for someone that age to have graduated from a girls' university. Could your mother actually be the daughter of a respectable family? At least, those are the rumors. They say she's a cold person because of it. Did you know that? She only went to the very first neighborhood association meeting, right? It's certainly no good. You can't disrespect your neighbors in a place like this. Bro, why is he drawing up dirt on his family? A sense of eeriness slithered up my spine. And why does he even know all that? A wild VGM appears. Hey, what's good, VGM, man? How are you doing? What's the Asilo doing? It's pretty early for you, isn't it? That was my first experience of true terror. I couldn't believe it felt this terrible for someone you've just met to know everything about you already. Oishi clamped onto my shoulders and brought his eyes close to peer into mine. In a place like this, it'd be far better not to make enemies, wouldn't it? If not... Ow! Oishi dug into my shoulders with inhuman strength. God. And if something unexpected were to happen, you might see some drawbacks. You ever heard of karma? Like how a butterfly flapping its wings can cause a tornado. Grudges born in strange places could come back to you in ways you wouldn't believe. You wouldn't like that, would you? Nobody wants to have a grudge held against them. There's nothing positive about making enemies. What's the matter? Shoulders are very stiff. Did I give you a massage? See? Feels good, right? Ow, 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 ow! This man wasn't just strong. It was like he knew exactly where to press to make me feel pain. Oishi wants to murder Keiichi. This guy has an ego. Only 4 or 5 fingers were on my shoulders. It pain made me want to bend over backwards. A few of the girls from my class were pretty shaken up, but didn't seem to want to help me. They weren't sure if they should go call the teacher. As for me, I couldn't take the time to wait until the teacher got here. It hurts. Would you mind leaving things at that? You're hurting him. Behind Oishi-san, someone... To my disbelief, it was Coach. Oh my! If it isn't Dr. Irie... Doctor? Oh, wait. Wasn't the clinic called Irie Clinic? Like 5:49 a.m. Holy shit, why are you awake? Okay, I know why you're awake. It's because of the heckin', isn't it? It certainly has been a while since we were last in touch. Discomforted by Coach's sudden appearance, Oishi laughed scornfully. The vise on my shoulders, however, remained as strong as ever. Never mind the greetings. Please, just let go, my Barakun. Is he gone yet? Nope, he's not. Why would he be gone? Oishi-san smiled daringly and glared straight at Coach. He didn't release me in the meantime either. I was just thinking of stopping by your place later, Doctor. You always seem so busy and we can never have a good chat. Yes. If you want, I'll chat with you all you like. Please be sure to have a warrant first. After all, otherwise, I could refuse to go voluntarily into questioning. Coach didn't display a shred of the weird behavior he'd shown at the baseball game and barbecue. He stared steadily at Oishi and fought so that he would release me. His chances were terribly bad, of course. Compared to the relaxed Oishi, Coach seemed like he was being defeated mentally. It made sense. Coach had a somewhat narrow stature, but Oishi's body was packed with muscles. Is that what we call those? I got a shit ton of muscles, apparently. It wasn't even a contest, but Coach was fighting for me without taking a step back. Beads of sweat formed on his face, and though he paled, he was fighting for my sake. Suddenly, Oishi-san laughed and let go of my shoulders. My body exhausted, I fell right onto my backside. Maibara-kun, are you all right? Oh, damn it! Ow! I rubbed my shoulders where Oishi had latched onto them. The pain from falling over went away quickly, but this pain was lingering. Are you all right, Maibara-kun? This is terrible. Shit! Ow! Ow! I was just giving him a little massage. Maibara-san, aren't you over-exaggerating a bit? Boys have got to learn to man up. I wanted to retort, but I couldn't think of anything witty. Can you lift your shoulders? Are they in pain? If you're really hurt, you should have a proper checkup. Let's just go to the nurse's office. Coach lent me his shoulder and walked beside me. What an exaggeration. I'd be the last person to do any sort of permanent damage. Right? I am still an active police officer, you know. Come. I don't know what you needed to be here for, but if you're finished, then please leave. I'm going to complain about this directly to the chief, so please keep that in mind. Oh, that's a problem, ain't it? Oishi-san waved his hand sarcastically, pivoted around, and headed to the car parked by the school gates. And without turning back around, he got in and started the engine. Damn it. Who the hell was he, damn it? He's a detective named Oishi, and a hooligan. Everyone in the village hates him. Maibara-san, you should be careful too. Oishi. Just like I thought, my gut instinct wasn't wrong. He would be the one to bring unhappiness, misfortune, something that would ruin our peace. Shit, I won't accept it. All these fun days can't possibly end just because some guy like him showed up. I won't accept it. Coach seemed to be familiar with the school, so he brought me to the nurse's office without much trouble. The girls from my class came along as well, looking worried. Our teacher and the principal, having noticed the disturbance, came to see what was the matter. Maibara-kun, what's wrong? Are you hurt? Well, there was this weird man in the schoolyard just now, and Maibara-san... Coach gently interrupted the girls, trying to explain. No, it looks like he just fell and twisted something. I think he's all right, but I wanted to make sure. If it's fine with you, I'll borrow the nurse's office for a bit. Oh my god, it's the invisible principal again. We haven't seen this guy in a while.
Please do, Dr. Erie.
The principal gave a deep bow. It looked like Coach was acquainted with the adults at school. Have we been in the nurse's office before? Do they have a school nurse? He slid open the doors to the nurse's office, but there wasn't a nurse in there or anything. I'd figured. I'd never seen anyone but Chia-sensei and the principal working here. Coach didn't seem to mind the fact that there was no nurse and quickly made his way into the nurse's office. He instructed me to sit down and started washing his hands in the sink. Oh, I get it. He's the coach for the boys' baseball team. He must be pretty used to treating wounds with first aid. Could you show me where it was? Are you still in pain? No, it doesn't hurt at all anymore. I'm fine, really. I rolled up my shirt and showed him my shoulder. No bruise, not even nail marks. And yet, it hurt so much I thought my shoulders would be crushed. Even the pain had disappeared without a trace. It hurt so much, but not so much as a bruise remained. It just means he's used to doing that. Used to it, huh? The next time you meet, don't provoke him. Nothing good will come of making him angry. If you go home with a uniformed policeman by your side, your family won't like that, will they? Well, you're right. Still, what happened? Why did you end up in a fight with him? He came up and said he needed something from Sadako. Huh? Sadako-chan? Coach's gaze lowered and his expression clouded a bit. Somehow that gesture seemed to be saying Oishi-san was bound to come to Sadako and that it was no laughing matter. Finally up early enough to catch an emoji stream again. What's up, guys? Hey, Bob, man. How are you doing? I haven't seen you in a while. Coach finally fell silent in thought. Quietly, he took a compress out of the first aid kit and put it on me. What, the music cut out? Does he still plan on clinging to Sadako-chan? He's a persistent man, I'll give him that. Like a snake. Coach mumbled to himself. Been a while, doing good, man. Glad to hear that. Fling? Does that Oishi guy go to Sadako's place a lot? Coach didn't answer, but the lack of denial served well enough. What on earth did the policeman, probably a detective or something, need from Sadako? What mistake had led a detective to cling to the sweetly smiling Sadako? Maibara-san, alright. You just moved here, didn't you? Yes, I did, but... Have you heard anything about Oyashiro-sama's curse? And about Sadako-chan? Well, I knew a few things about it, certainly. Sadako's parents were damn proponents. And their accidental death was because of the curse. You mean that? Coach smiled thinly and dryly. So you know, he said, dropping his gaze. If I recall correctly, it was an accident on a viewing platform at the public park she'd gone to with her family, and her parents died. And then it was just big brother and little sister. And then she was with Rika-chan and... Installing the Concord beta right now? Oh, right, that's up now, right? I haven't read anything about that, other than I've seen the latest trailer, and it actually doesn't look all that great. When they lost their parents, Sadako-chan and her brother, Satoshi-kun, were given to their uncle and his wife to care for them. Only 23 gig? I'm gonna download that tonight. Oh, is that so? The parents died in the accident, and Satoshi ran away, leaving only Sadako to start living with Rika-chan. I'd known that much, but this was the first time I heard they'd been brought to their uncle and aunt. Saw a buddy playing it on stream yesterday. Visually, it looked really nice. If you want, we can try it out tonight. Their uncle was Sadako-chan's father's younger brother. Unfortunately, neither of the couple were people deserving of respect. Coach normally picked his words politely, so when he came out and said they didn't deserve respect, it really made me wonder what kind of people they were. As soon as Sadako-chan's parents came out in support of the dam, their uncle and aunt took on a lot of the shame in the village as well. They would never have welcomed in Sadako-chan and Satoshi-kun. I've heard that for the siblings, it was a very rough life. Bit by bit, Coach told me about the numerous agonies the Hojo siblings had suffered at their uncle's house. We already talking about domestic violence and shit? Is this where this chapter is going now? That's random as fuck. As their guardians, their aunt and uncle sucked up everything belonging to their immediate family. Sadako and Satoshi were crammed into a small room, and their lives were laden with things that were miserable both for their bodies and minds. Shit, man. So they were like Harry Potter. In the first place, since apparently their aunt and uncle weren't on good terms, there was no end to their fighting. But they're married. How are they not on good terms if you... Like, just get a divorce at that point. And as if in revenge for that, whenever they saw Sadako or Satoshi's face, they would always find fault with them, scold them, yell at them, strike them, and take away meals as punishment. Fuck? I still shudder to think about it. You've never known any Sadako but the energetic and healthy one now, so you probably couldn't imagine her face being so deathly pale. A girl always standing dazed in the shade of trees. Couldn't imagine it, and I didn't want to. That was how it honestly felt. But at the very least, Sadako wasn't like that anymore. She may have had a miserable life in the past, but it was different now. Something happened to change that life. Last year, on the night of the Watanagashi festival, their aunt died. She was beaten to death by a deviant with a baseball bat. By Satoshi? Like, the baseball bat, that's so specific. They said he played baseball, right? Rumors spread of the curse having killed an enemy of the village on the night of the festival. This death wasn't a simple homicide either. They whispered that it was actually Yashiro-sama's curse. A few days later, the deviant arrested for drug use confessed to further offenses and the incident was solved. However, though it was resolved, no one knew whether the part about it being Oyashiro-sama's curse was true or not. Their uncle is part of Hinamizawa after all. He apparently grew incredibly frightened of Oyashiro-sama's curse and went into hiding. From what I've heard, he's staying with an intimate lady friend somewhere in Okinomiya. My man's living the life. And Sadako and Satoshi, oh, they just left them behind? Were they released? Their aunt died and their uncle fled. There was nobody left to torment the siblings then, but as if picking up their torch, that man started showing up with alarming tenacity. That man? Oh, Oishi? But why? Then Coach lowered his voice just a bit as if being aware of his surroundings. I mean Oishi. Oishi? The guy from before? The events that just occurred came back to me. The hard to describe, ominous sensation I'd felt from him came back to me. He's a little strange. The chain of incidents surrounding Oyashiro-sama's curse have all been solved, and yet he alone doesn't want to accept that. Accept it. The incidents were all solved, and a detective supposedly with the police department didn't accept that? People say something bad will surely happen to those he gets close to. In Hinamizawa, they think Oishi is Oyashiro-sama's. Hi, John. The door flew open with a rattle and Mion came rushing in. What's he about to say? Rena and Rika-chan came running in a few steps behind her, and then Tomida-kun, Okamura-kun, and a few more of our classmates. Kai-chan, Did Oishi do something to you? Are you hurt? Calm down, Mion-san. He's not injured. I only gave him a compress just in case. Kage, are you all really okay? Okay? Everyone was saying stuff about how you were being strangled. Calm down, Rena. He just squeezed my shoulders really hard. See, there's not even a bruise. Meep. Jeez. What the heck were you all doing? We're friends, right? Why were you just standing around? Why didn't you help Kei-chan? Well, we're sorry, President. Mion yelled at our classmates, baring her fangs. Tomita-kun and the others hung their heads in silence. Quit it, Mion. Tomita-kun and the others weren't even there. Stop blaming them. Damn it. Oishi. Mion kicked the floor with her heels a few times, her temper running hot. Our teacher, overhearing the commotion, arrived as well. Hi, come on, everyone. I will say the hype is DOA up for Concord. Peak players was like 2,388. Let me look something up. I want to see something real quick. Wait. Yeah, no. What I was gonna say is that reminds me a lot of Babylon's Fall, which I can't find beta numbers, but at launch on Steam had like about 1.2 thousand players. To be fair, the game was never really played on Steam, and it had like almost 100,000 overall with PlayStation combined. So it was better overall, but the player count kind of reminds me of that. Only like 1,000 right now for a free open beta for a Sony title. That's kind of shocking. Yeah, the thing is, as far as I remember, the beta numbers for Babylon's Fall were pretty good, but then like the beta was not good itself, so people just didn't buy the end product. But Babylon's Fall was also not nearly as big as a Sony-produced title from one of their new big studios that they are building that want to put out successful live service games, right? Like this is from Firefly Studios or whatever it's called. So supposedly a pretty big release for them. Hi, come on everyone, don't make such noise in the nurse's office. President, take everyone and leave, please. Come on everyone, let's get going. Keiichika is fine. You too, Mi-chan. Mion was letting her emotions get the best of her, so Rena stepped in instead and let everyone out of the nurse's office. The detective from Okinomiya Station, Kuraudo Oshi. It looked like the first impression I've gotten from him hadn't been mistaken. Sadako's absence had amplified the vague apprehensions I'd felt since yesterday, and Oishi-san's appearance basically sealed the deal. Alright, I'll get going. I originally came here for Chie-sensei. Oh, are you dating? Ah, so you had something to do here. Sorry for causing you trouble. Don't be so humble, he said, smiling easily. There was a side benefit to all this. I was lucky enough to experience so much of your soft, silky skin, my Baraka. Oh. With the usual, for Coach anyway, parting words, he instead continued. Please excuse me. You weren't wounded badly, but please avoid putting pressure on your shoulders or anything along those lines. You get a high fever or it starts to swell, contact me right away, okay? I don't think it'll happen, though. Oh, that's right, Coach. Before everyone came in, you were going to say something about what people think Oishi is to Oyashiro-sama. As he was about to leave the nurse's office, Coach placed a hand on the door and stopped. Right. They think he's Oyashiro-sama's servant. What I thought he was against? They're just bad-mouthing him, though. Oyashiro-sama's servant. Do you know about the serial freak death incidents that occur in Hinamizawa every year on the night of the Watanagashi festival, otherwise known as Oyashiro-sama's curse? What? Freak deaths? What? Now that I thought about it, I did seem to remember overhearing Mion or someone in class talking about it like a ghost story. On the festival day in June, one person would always die, and another person would be spirited away, but they seem to call it demoning away here. What a fine story that was. I figured they made it up to scare me, but was it true? I don't have any idea who first suggested this, but at some point everyone started calling Oishi Oyashiro-sama's servant. Why? Because the rumors go that he decides the sacrifices for the curse every year. Whenever June came around, Oishi would start paying frequent visits to Hinamizawa, because Oishi has been persistently questioning most of the dead or disappeared people. 4 years ago, it was known that the victim of the dismemberment, rumored to be the sacrifice, had been seeing Oishi numerous times leading up to the incident. The sacrifices 3 years ago were Sadako's parents. Right before their accidental deaths, Oishi had apparently visited their home. The one who disappeared 2 years ago was Rika-chan's mother, and again, people know that before she vanished, Oishi had been talking to her extremely frequently. The one who disappeared last year, Sadako's older brother Satoshi. Satoshi too had apparently been approached by Oishi many times before he vanished. And then this year. This time, Oishi was trying to contact Sadako? This isn't a freaking joke. They're rumors, Maibara-san. It's just some rumors to that effect. And said that because of the rumors of Oishi being Oyashiro-sama's servant, or his contacting someone foreshadowing who would be the sacrifice that year. It was because the ominous hatred I felt towards Oishi was becoming more substantiated, more real. Today, Sadako, she was absent today. Wait, really? That looked like news to Coach. I thought he might have known why Sadako was absent today, but... Then I'll get going. You should go back to the others and put their minds at ease. You're right. I will. Ladder. Coach left the nurse's office and headed towards the teacher's lounge. Oh, okay, that's it. Yeah, regarding Concord, the thing is, I have a semi-serious interest in trying it out because I like hero shooters and stuff like that. But the problem with games that have such low numbers is is that money well spent? Because this game might as well be gone in a year, right? And with a live service, you don't want that to happen because you put time and money into getting stuff, getting skins, titles, whatever. So if the risk of losing all of that in a very short time frame is there, it just feels like I don't want to do that, you know? So I'd be very interested to see how successful the game is on PlayStation and not just Steam. I'm gonna keep an eye on that for the next few days. But the complaint I'm seeing is, why spend $40 for this when Overwatch 2 is free? You know what? That's actually a pretty good argument. Like, is there any reason why the game is not free to play? Like, I would have understood like 10 years ago, when live service games weren't as bad on microtransactions and had a buy-in model, more like you bought the game and that's how they earned money, and then they had some minor microtransactions. But I'm expecting Concord to be extremely filled to the brim with a in-game shop with cosmetics and shit. And I'm pretty sure that it is, because I checked out the I checked out the collector's edition for the game, like the digital deluxe thing, that is $80 instead of 40. And what does it come with? With a bunch of skins. It comes with 16 skins. And playing the beta also gets you like a weapon charm and stuff, and it sounds like exactly like Overwatch. It feels like they're trying to do like a one-to-one copy of Overwatch, but they want money for it, whereas Overwatch is free. I haven't seen much of Concord, but apparently you can use the same character and you're forced to use a different one. That is how all hero shooters work, yeah. Which makes sense because it's balanced around that. Overwatch sometimes has events where, like, I haven't played Overwatch in months, but when I played, it had regular events where you would be able to have the same hero on the same team just for funsies, like short fun matches just for bullshit. Well, nothing ranked or anything. And that destroyed the balance of the game, absolutely. Like, it completely wrecked the balance of everything in the game. Probably to avoid microtransactions in that premium game. Yeah, but as far as I know, it has those microtransactions. That's the thing. Then again, it should have been free to play, but the problem with most PvP free to play games is they have tons of overly expensive pay to win microtransactions, except for Overwatch 2, since there it's mostly cosmetic skins. That's why I think Overwatch's monetization is fine. It's expensive, yes. Like, if it was me, I personally would like to have the skins at like $10 or something instead of 20 to 25, because that would make me more susceptible to buying them, because they have insanely good skins, right? They put a lot of work in that, and it's a high quality game. But it's not pay to win, not at all. Like, the skins do nothing. They don't even change your hitbox or anything, and there's nothing else in the game other than cosmetics. So I think that's fine. But if there's pay to win in a game like that, then of course it's shit. I feel like people keep saying pay to win and have forgotten what that actually means. If they lock more powerful weapons and stuff behind it, then you might call that pay to win. That's what I mean. Like, I don't know if you know that game, but S4 League was or is, I don't know if that game still exists. I played it last like 15 years ago. That was a free-to-play online PvP game that had a cash shop where you could buy actual pay-to-win items. And that's a shame, because the game itself was pretty fun. But that made me not want to play it ever again as soon as I noticed that. So yeah, that sucks. Also, I'm going to turn off the game now because my wrist is... Yeah. Let's just say it doesn't feel good. It's funny how this game gets... like, makes me... my wrist hurt more than a game like Elden Ring. What the hell? I'm not going to read that. Is it still there? Still there. I gotta click. I don't want to read the opening. The fuck, man. The opening stuff to what I'm. Okay. I just want to close the game, man. Quit game. Okay. Got it. Uh, uh, I don't want to read the opening to the second half of the game where stuff gets serious now. When we're gonna stop for today, it's just gonna make my head go crazy. Suddenly remember Bandai Namco's Gundam Evolution. It's a free-to-play game. Main problem was that OP strong mobile suits are locked in a paywall. Well, that sucks. I love S4 League. That game could totally be pay to win, kind of, but most of the free stuff was good enough. Well, the thing is, like, if you have, in my opinion, if you have a game like that where it's competitive, where you play against other people, there is no good enough. There absolutely should be no instance of power difference between a free player and someone paying at all in a PvP game. If it's just PvE or you're playing together, sure, no issue there. Go wild. But for stuff that has PvP elements, there should not be any difference at all. Hence, because of its ridiculous overpriced microtransactions and battle passes, game service ended in November. Yeah, I heard that the game flopped, but I never played it. Also, hi Chris. I'm not sure if I greeted you. When I played as 4 League, I was doing almost exclusively melee fights. When I played as 4 League, I was like 10. So I don't remember much, honestly. I just remember that it was pretty stylish and that it was a fun game, but I stopped at some point because I got frustrated. Current version of S4 that exists doesn't have any of that. Wait, the game still exists? What? Really? Oh wow, it has a subreddit with 1.1k followers. Revive official S4. So it's dead. Uh European servers shut down April 29th. Official support for all other regions is discontinued, though unofficial private servers exist. Okay, so it only has private servers nowadays. Is some privately run versions that play well. I think there was one that I didn't even need registration. I might look into that at some point, but honestly, is it worth it? Is the game as good as I remember it to be, or is it just a shitty free to play game? Because I recognize that I was a kid when I last played this, so it might not be as good as I remember it to be, or even fun at all. I'm back. Welcome back, Dinkler. You come at exactly the worst timing. Uh, yeah, so it's 4 League. Weird game. I mean, the one I tried had everything in the shop available for in-game currency. That's good. Still personally love it to death. Want to buy account. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm good. The music and aesthetic is just awesome. I might look into the music again though. I've been watching behind this entire time and only just now caught up. Oh, so you caught up just the moment when I finished the game, okay? Like finished playing. Okay, then thanks for watching, I guess, and catching up. Ah. So what you think of what happened so far? I think the story is getting kind of rolling now. The story is getting really interesting, and Oshi being portrayed in a more evil way is quite interesting. I mean, it's true, right? They just never talked about that, but it's actually he's always there when something bad happens. Also, I just noticed that this is top 19% of Reddits of subreddits, and it has 1.1k members. Do you even realize how many, insanely many super small subreddits there has to be? There have to be. If this is top 19%, Oishi's belly is the full game. Just imagine. Also, Satoshi was probably killed by Mion, considering chapter 2. What? Why? I don't think so. Ever decide to give S4 another look on one of the servers? Let me know. I want to play. Does it even work cross-region? Like, wouldn't we lag like crazy? They're all bigger pieces of a puzzle, right? I think so, yeah. Glad I was here for the end. We'll talk later. Hopefully try Conquer. Buddy wants me to get on GTA Online with him. You play GTA Online? What is wrong with you? Have fun, man. We've seen that Mion was responsible for the killings. They said that she was responsible in the sense that she was the one who gave the orders because she's the head of the family. But I don't know if she actually killed the people. I don't think she did. Also, what the heck are you guys talking about now? S4 League. Video game. Old one. Very old one. Just skip ahead since you guys started talking about random stuff. Okay. Save me some time. Yeah, but oh, look at that. VGM is playing GTA 5. Hi, VGM. My only friend on my Inochi Steam account. Uh, so yeah, that was an interesting day with the game. A lot more happened than I thought it would. Uh, we ate human meat. GTA 5 online is a cesspool from what I've heard. Yeah, I also heard that. The hell is S4 League? Look it up. I can't explain it to you now. That would take a lot of time. Old game, free to play. Both Vasilo and I seem to have played a lot of that. I don't. That's a weird coincidence, but yeah, it was popular back then. It's not even the thing anymore. So yeah, I'm looking forward to next week because this is going to be a very interesting. Like it might turn into a very interesting chapter. I'm glad that it doesn't just focus on Sadako, like it did in the beginning. But today was a lot less Sadako than I expected. So that's good because I thought that just focusing on Sadako and not the surrounding story would be kind of boring. A racing game? No, it's a shooter. Like, or not shooter. It also had melee characters. But yeah, basically it was a team shooter before team shooter, like hero shooter before hero shooters started popping up. The idea is similar. My opinion, I still prefer the first Overwatch game before it was free to play. I have not played a lot of Overwatch 1. I only really got into the game when Overwatch 2 released, and I played a lot of that. But uh, I don't think Overwatch 2 is a bad game at all. So I can only say that. I don't know how much better or worse Overwatch 1 was. The shooter that's developed by a company that's typically made rhythm games. Why the hell are you still here, man? I thought you were playing GTA. Gotta finish Umineko and read Higurashi. Only seen little bits and pieces, but it's looking really interesting. I like it. Like, I can't say anything about Umineko, right? But, uh uh, Higurashi is pretty fun so far, I gotta say. Hey, what's that game over there? What game are we talking about, man? You mean Guacamelee? Very fun game. It's a Metroidvania. I made a video on that years ago. Or, I mean, Hyperdimension Neptunia? We can play that on stream. That, that's gonna be fun. And cringy as fuck. Two below that, If My Heart Had Wings. That's a visual novel. That's a really good visual novel, by the way. It's about a disabled girl. Mean to understand my I need mean to my understanding it's like Higurashi, but it's a little more fantasy. Maybe. Creep Noji? What the fuck? Plus 99 on the Neptunia. Actually, though, we could play that on stream. What if my heart had wings? No, I can't play that on stream because it has scenes. Let's just say it's not a visual novel that I can play on stream. Yeah. No, it's not a porno. It's the same as Grisaya. Like it's a visual novel that has scenes. Throb Noji? I didn't throb, but it did play through the whole thing. Not on this account though, like on my private account. Grisaya is softcore porn. Yeah, no, this is not as bad, not nearly as bad. This is actually very story focused, and it's quite a good story to be honest. Like, I can recommend this game if you like visual novels, but it does have sex a bit, like a lot. Yeah, yeah. Download Guilty Gear. I can't do that, man. I can't do that. I'd much rather uh where's it? Download this. So does it take a million years to get going like Rizaya does? No. No, it was like 30 hours in total for all. I think it had 6 routes or something. And I personally enjoyed all of them. But it's been also like 10 years since I played that. So, I don't know. I don't even know how much the game is. Like if it's like $5 or something on sale, I definitely recommend getting that. You need to play Third. How do you even pronounce that? Third? Third? Zerd? You need to become Saul Bad Guy? No, I'd rather become Ragnar the Blood Edge. I kind of stopped playing Krizaya because nothing is happening. He posts a lot of screenshots for that, you know? Just saying. Just don't. I understand. I understand, man. Yeah, but does Ragnar have Dragon install? I don't even know what the fuck that's supposed to be, bro. And I kind of don't want to. You need to play me. Wait a minute. Don't I still... I think? Wait a second. Oh, look, I've got that installed. Yeah, don't dox me, Xbox. Please don't dox me, okay? Don't just show my fucking account details on stream. Dox him? No. Don't reveal my email. Oh, look at that. It's a game that never existed and won't ever exist. Damn, it closed all on its own. Guess we're not playing that, huh? Evil Hollow Knight. True. I agree with the Zerd. Uh, we might we might play Guilty Gear. Like I might do like. Do you guys still remember when I sometimes did like multiplayer stuff on stream? Smash Bros, for example. We might get back to that and do some fun multiplayer stuff at some point. Just play Hollow Knight on stream so Joe can finally be at peace. I said I'd play it soon. Like teasing Shion naked. Okay, you're right. I'm sorry, Joe. I did say we're gonna play it after Elden Ring. Just like Silk Song is coming soon. Will be the end of an era for sure. True. But I can't play two of these big games back like side by side. So we gotta wait until I finish Elden Ring. So yeah, soon. Anyways, we were going after Elden Ring. Yeah, play Hollow Knight so my soul can rest in peace. We will. I just said so. I'm dead from old age. You're coming back to life when I play Hollow Knight. It's gonna cure your dead. But not today. As soon as possible, but not today. Thank you guys for hanging out today. I had a good time. I hope you did as well. But we're done for now, for today. I got some stuff to take care of. So have a great weekend. Have a good night, day, whatever you have. And I'll see you guys next week for more Elden Ring in Poison Swamp Land and more Sadako is probably dead.